Mandalorian Aftershow on JLJ Media. Three, two, two, two. And we're on.
Hey, everybody, in a time not so long ago, in theaters not so far away, two handsome gentlemen and me all took a voyage to a galaxy far, far away. That's right, we have reassembled to talk about The Mandalorian and Grogu, the latest Star Wars film in theaters after, I think, 7 years. So,
7 years. Yeah,
7 years? Oh
yeah.
I
my.
know.
So, if such a momentous occasion requires a momentous team to take care of it, and me. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Frank Moran, but we've assembled the finest smugglers in the galaxy to come in, take time away from their busy lives to break down this movie. The one and only John Dumphy.
Hello. It's so good to be
Oh,
with you guys. It's been a while. It's been a while. So I'm really happy to be talking about this with you guys.
dude, just more handsome than ever. I didn't even think that was possible.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy.
And our Sith daddy, the one, the only, the man who is responsible for the very platform that you're seeing this on, JLJ Media, James Lott Jr.
Woo!
And I'm a year older. I had a birthday this last month. I'm
Happy
closer to
birthday.
I'm closer to becoming Palpatine, uh, and looking like him. But I'm happy to be here.
So we're going to talk about it all in just a moment. But John, before we dive into all the nitty gritty and all the movie snacks that you ate, what did you think of the film overall?
Okay, so I had a lot of fun with it. I went in like there was part of me that was a little like conflicted, I guess. Like it's been a while since we got anything new from Mando and Grogu. Um, and I know, coming in, I feel like with a lot of Star Wars projects lately, before it even comes out, you see a lot of criticism of it, right? It's just going to be a season of television all crammed into 2 hours or whatever. And so I went in sort of like cautiously optimistic. And I think like that for what it was, I had a lot of fun with it. Like I found myself many times throughout the film just kind of smiling because I was having fun with, with all the crazy Star Wars monsters. I feel like this show has always had those kind of things, and this movie, it was packed in. Um, and so I had a lot of fun with a lot of the moments, a lot of the Grogu and like the Anzellan, like the little Anzellan aliens. Those moments in the forests were fun and stuff like that. Um, but there were certain things that I didn't like the fact that there were really no like other than like the background pilots. There was no real humans other than Mando, who was pretty much always in his helmet, and Sigourney Weaver. And it was weird to me that we didn't really like. So there was a lot of like human emotion, I guess, in a way that was taken. Not that there weren't emotional moments, like, um, but I don't know. I'm still almost deciding. I actually kind of wanted to try to go see it again if I could before we talked about it. I just didn't have the time. Um, so there's a lot of things I liked about it, but a lot of things that I'm still on the fence about too, and I don't know for sure if I really love that much. But it was just great to see Mando and Grogu again in some new Star Wars content.
All right. Um, James, I'm looking forward to you letting us know why John is wrong.
Yeah, I'm Frank and I are here to destroy you, John.
Destroy me anytime you want.
I walked right. I walked right into that. I walked right into that. Oh my god, I did. That's good, John. I walked right into that. I totally did. Here's the deal. I think as once before on one of our other shows, the three of us did talk about how we were not expecting a lot from the movie. But we were going to go into it cautiously optimistic. We were all three was like, we're going to go in. We just had our reasons why we were going in, cautiously optimistic. So, like you, I went with my family. So it was like a cousins thing. We kind of got together over the weekend. It was a cousins thing. And we're all Star Wars fans. I continue my streak. I've seen every Star Wars film that's been on film in
Mm.
theaters since the first one. because I'm 5,000 years old. So I've seen them all. So that goes. We kept that streak going. I rarely smiled. I'm the opposite. I really didn't. I really, 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 really didn't care for it that much. But like you, John, I want to watch it again. So maybe we'll do a rewatch reaction thing later. Any chance to get together with you two on Star Wars, I'll do it. But I'm thinking the same thing. I'm kind of thinking, yeah, I think I need to see it again, maybe by myself, and maybe when it's on Disney Plus. I'm not thinking maybe I'll just wait till it comes back because it was like $20 for us to go see this movie. It was expensive. So for me, it's more like let me sit down with it and watch it again. For me, we'll get to nitty gritty. Sigourney Weaver, fine, competent actress. Obviously, we love her. She's fine. Mandalorian Grogu, fine. The little creatures, come here, baby. That's fine, I guess. I wasn't touched by them. Bring back the Ewoks. Just kidding. I wasn't. I mean, and all this hut business that kind of bugged me. It reminded me that part of Mandalorian's story is on Book of Fett. It brought me back to that a little bit. So I was kind of like, so they're going that direction. They're doing a whole Hut family thing, kind of like the twin. So I don't know. I was very much like the story was thin to me. It was an adventure, and I think visually it's fine. So I said we'll break it all down, but overall, so far it's just okay for me.
Yeah.
Frank Graham.
It was awful.
I love that we are all right back in the positions we normally are. I'm more positive. James is a little more in the middle. Frank hates everything.
We are. That's so funny. I love it. Yeah, no, we are. You're right. We are. Go ahead, Frank.
No, I just about saying that I hate it. But I also just felt like, to go back to what you're both saying, it was like, I don't know, like has Star Wars been ruined by just being like a streaming only kind of property for the past several years? I just feel like the advantages you get telling the story on the big screen are just a bigger budget, so you can have more VFX for characters that require it, like all the Hutts and Zeb. I mean, we saw more of Zeb doing stuff than we ever would have saw, I think, in an episode of Mandalorian and Grogu, which is great. But I mean, I don't know. Like other than that, I don't know. It just felt like, oh, yeah. Was this like a worth seeing on the big screen? I don't know. I mean, well, and plus I'm also done with Grogu, guys. Guys, I'm done. I'm done with the Grogu.
Oh, wow.
I'm done. I'm just done.
Wow.
I'm halfway there. I'm like, again, I'm in the middle. I'm like, a little Grogu goes a long way, I think, at this point for me now.
You see, I still love his little armor and stuff. Oh, he's so cute.
It's just, man, I'm at the point now where I just need this character to take the next step in the evolution, and I just know that the way that this character and as part of this species is built, it's not going to happen for a while. Or it could be completely arbitrary. Maybe, Filoni and Favreau come out of this movie and goes like, all right, if we were to do something like this again, we got to have, Grogu at least speak or do something a little bit more. Maybe it'll surprise us, but otherwise, I mean, I'm just expecting like any changes would probably be minute, I would imagine.
It's like weird to say. Like, I feel like Din Djarin has to die in order for Grogu to really like evolve and take that next step. Because like they touched on it in this movie too. Like, you're going to die. This kid is going to outlive you because this species lives for like 900 years. So it's like if they're gonna continue to have stories with both Mando and Grogu, this is the version of Grogu we're always going to get. It's like Mando has to die so that Grogu can then we can now move on to the next part of Grogu's life where he starts to become more of like his own, become the next Yoda or whatever you want to call it. Like, um, I don't know. It's weird.
I mean, I would be more interested if, I mean, I know that Sean Levy and Ryan Gosling got their Starfighter movie coming out. It takes place after the sequel trilogy, which is great. It's just going to be, kind of seeing what life is like in that era, which would be cool. If Grogu wants to show up in stories there, where it's been, 20 plus years since, yeah, from the Mandalorian and Grogu time period, maybe we get to see a little bit more of him. I
Yeah.
mean, I admittedly at this point though, I'm only really interested in a more uh grown up version of Grogu, because the idea of having that species that's part Jedi but also raised in the Mandalorian way, very cool, and yet it's going to take the story jumping ahead so long for us to really like see that pay off in a way that's going to be, I think, at least for me, kind of exciting to see.
Yeah. Yeah. We need a big time jump for Grogu. It's weird. Like, and like, as positive as I am, because even I like am not like 100% like, oh, I love this thing. Like I have issues with it too, but it's like almost in a way, because I guess sort of sad to me that this is where we all are with this movie, because I feel like in a lot of ways it felt like when the Mandalorian first came out and Grogu was first introduced, just as Baby Yoda or the child or whatever, it was like a lot of people saw this show as like the thing that brought Star Wars back. It was like all of a sudden everyone's super pumped about Star Wars again, and it's like we have all these possibilities now with this new little Baby Yoda and stuff, and it's like, and I don't know if part of it is the story a little bit getting derailed by things like COVID and the strike, and all that stuff. And so the plans that they had, maybe, like, do you guys feel like this exact story we got in this movie, if it had been fleshed out over a whole season of maybe 8 or 10 episodes or whatever, would you have enjoyed, like, would it have served it better that way as opposed to a 2 hour and 10 minute, you know, movie on the big screen? Like,
I
I Go ahead, James.
well, I was gonna say for me, I'm not a big fan of the story.
so the story in general is just,
I
yeah,
think in general, I mean, I think in general, whether it was on TV, whether it was on Disney Plus or this movie, I was a big fan. I just wasn't. It was. I mean, yes, another. I mean, each season of Mandalorian had a purpose and a thing. Kind of, I get that. But I don't know. I just felt like this story was kind of okay. Like, do we care? I don't. I didn't feel emotionally invested at all. I just didn't feel. Where most Star Wars films, I get emotionally invested. Maybe that's the difference. Even in Rogue One, I was in. I was in it. And then when Darth shows up, spoiler alert, folks, you'll know already. And when he starts killing everybody, I was cheering. I was like, that's the Darth we know. He's not the cuddly Darth that we all talk about. You know, I love me some Darth. But like, he was killing people. That's kind of the point. That's what
yeah,
he's an evil person. Like, so this film, I felt like should have came out during the Grogu craze. That to me is like, if you're gonna do an extra film or whatever, it just wasn't exciting to me. It just wasn't. Star Wars films on the big screen are supposed to be events. That's how
yeah,
they started them, and that's how they used them over the years. Every trilogy, whether you liked them or not, they were events. This wasn't an event, not
yeah.
for me. I don't know about you guys, Frank.
I mean, it's tough to top, learning how Han got the last name Solo as a critical piece of
Yeah,
cinematic knowledge. So I mean, that sets a benchmark for like that's an event, and
Yeah.
we needed to be in the theater to see that moment. I don't know. Yeah, it's man, I don't know. It's tough because we all have our feelings about the sequel trilogy. And it feels like Favreau and Filoni found themselves this nice little era, whether it's post Clone Wars, post Episode 3 to kind of, and then like after Return of the Jedi before the prequel trilogy or the sequel trilogy, to kind of really work in various theories that they want to do. But it's I don't know. The more that we kind of spend in the Mandalorian time period in that era, it's like I'm always knowing like it doesn't matter what's really going on because we just know what the sequel trilogies are, and we all know everything that's leading to that. Like if those sequels,
Hmm.
if the sequels weren't there, I think I would feel a lot different. Like, oh yeah, they're really like laying down building blocks that could be really cool. And it's just like, no, because it doesn't matter how cool they make this stuff, eventually it has to tie dovetail into where the sequels are, and that was like not great.
Yeah.
And and I think for me, I think I would have preferred it if they would have kept Mando and Grogu separated longer. Like Grogu should have stayed with Luke for a while, and it
Yeah.
should have just been Mando on his own. And I think it would have been cool. And then when we get to a reunion at some point, like if this had been the first time that they were like coming back together after this, I think
Yeah.
would be cool.
It would have had a lot more weight. Like as good as this show started off with the first two seasons and like the Luke Skywalker reveal at the end of season two, like it felt like it had so much momentum. And then like the show became to quote Sigourney Weaver in this movie, it became very messy, right? Because you have they get separated and then they get reunited not even in their own show. They get reunited in a Boba Fett show. And then season 3 is just nowhere near as good as the first two seasons, and then all of a sudden we have a movie. Like I don't know, it's just the story's all over the place now. It's like as good as it started, now I don't even know like how do you even watch this show anymore? In order to get the full story, you have to watch a different show and then watch a movie. And I'm like I don't know, it's too disjointed at this point, I feel like.
And John, I agree with you completely on that, actually, because that was my point. It's like bringing up the Hut twins and all stuff like, but that was on a different show. And are we that invested in that? And are they now this like family that we're on this, the Star Wars universe that we're like invested in on some level? Like, I mean, I felt like the universe is large. The Star Wars universe is very large. And our and our folks who wrote this, they're aware of the universe. They're aware of it. This is the best they can come up with.
Right.
That's
Right.
how I feel. It's like this was. They're all choices. I mean, I'm thinking the three of us each probably could have thought of two other choices at least for a Mandalorian Grogu movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I like season three, the promise of that being like, oh hey, Mando's got the dark saber now. That's cool. What does that mean? And with Bo-Katan and just seeing how that all
Yeah,
plays out. I think you could have taken Grogu out of season three and just had it been just Mandalorian stuff focused. Uh, and then maybe had them reunite for the movie because then that makes it more of an event for people. Like, whoa, we're getting the band back together on the big screen. Sign me up.
but you
Right.
guys know what's going on here. You both know this. It's that they were afraid to not have Grogu featured. They
Yeah.
sacrificed story to make it where, because right, if this was a big reunion to man for them together, maybe I would have felt differently. It was like we're gonna see them, but it's fine to see them back together again. And Grogu's advanced, this one like we'll see like what. But I'm like, but you guys know, I mean, it was a moneymaker. Grogu was somebody. I got 10 Grogu sitting back here. I mean, it was a moneymaker. I feel like they were afraid to like not have him in there. Which they could have done little glimpses of him if they wanted to, not with man, like here he is over here. Like they could have done there's a lot of things we could have written for him that would
Yeah.
have been all the time. But I feel like the choice was nope, now it's the Mandalorian and Grogu show. Basically, right? That's season 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would have been fine if we would have just seen little snippets of him training with Luke
Yeah. That's why
and
it's, I
just,
mean,
and
A
whatever
hundred
kind of
percent.
shenanigans are happening as Luke's trying to start up this Jedi Academy. Doesn't have to be a lot, but just a little, and we're just seeing that stuff. I would have been fine.
Yeah. No, I
do you think
totally agree.
do you guys think they've spread themselves too thin now? There's some of these other shows, like we said, some of them were not so good. Some of them were decent and could have been better. And some were unlike Andor, we all agree that's our favorite, so that's good. But some of the
Yeah.
other ones, like Skeleton Crew, Acolyte, some of them were pretty decent actually. But they all got one season, that's it. I mean, it's like, okay, now I'm moving on to something else. I just wonder if do you think they're spread too thin now? I mean, with all these stories.
I don't know because it's like I mean we certainly heard about many different films that were possibly going to go. Like Patty Jenkins was going to do a kind of Rogue Squadron movie, and supposedly I mean Ryan Johnson for the longest time was always talking
Right.
about him going to do a trilogy. Kevin Feige was supposed to produce a movie. Uh,
The Game of Thrones guys too, right? Benioff
yeah,
and they were supposed to do a whole trilogy too, I think.
and Taika Waititi was supposed to do one
Yeah,
as well. So like, but everything just has kind of dropped off, and the only thing that's really come through has been this movie and then the Starfighter movie that we know for sure is coming out. I mean, especially like Daisy Ridley is like there's talk of some other trilogy happening that she'd be part of, but like that just seems kind of being delayed or delayed. So who knows? So it's tough because I mean, now that I don't know how much of it. I mean, you used to read everything online about people always coming for Kathleen Kennedy. Like they
yeah,
made her like the source of like all the problems that are with the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
But I mean, Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, they were still right there. They were making Grogu and working on other shows. So it's not like Kathleen Kennedy was the one that was just like doing all this.
right.
So I don't know how much changes now that Filoni's kind of in charge. Maybe something changes, but I don't know.
Here's the thing, Frank. The last trilogy, they excuse my language, folks. They fucked that shit up so hard by first going, we have three different directors do three different movies, whatever. I mean, like, I don't understand who made that. That's what I'm saying. I wonder if management, whoever that is, when they say management, are they just like spread so thin they don't even know it? Because like you said, everything you just mentioned, Frank, five of those ideas you just mentioned, I'd be down for of these supposed Tiki Wakiti him right. I'm like him writing one. I was very interested in that. He's a very interesting writer, and filmmaker. I mean, I'm just saying it's just like this. Just it's. I think most of us are so disappointed from the last trilogy, how mishandled it was. Again, I'm gonna say so I die my last breath. We never got a scene with all three of the originals in one scene. How do you
Yeah.
fuck that up, you guys?
That
All
really is crazy.
Think about it. That's what I go. We didn't get even one like a brief, like one scene of Luke. What's that? Luke and Laura. Wrong show. Luke and Leia and Han Solo in one scene together. Not one. Not one.
Honestly, it should have been Han and Leia that went and found Luke, and it's not Ray. They should have been the
Right.
ones that went and got him, brought
Right.
him
And
back.
talked to him and said, "Hey, man, we gotta work this shit out." Like I'm just saying that my faith has been kind of because that was messed up. And then we got these different TV shows. I'm just wondering, was it too much too soon? Was it too expanded too quickly? I'm wondering about the management part of this, like who they're hiring and who, because you said, yeah, Dave Filoni and all them, John Favreau, they seem like they understand the universe on some level. And when they hit, it hits. But when it doesn't hit, it doesn't hit. So I'm
Yeah.
Yeah.
just wondering if there's some kind of, I'm going more management wise. Like, I mean, I say not necessarily Kathleen Kennedy, but like just, they're also producers too. So I'm just saying, is there something going on there where, because now I'm like, I'm not excited about anything in a big movie. I'm scared.
Yeah. It's like they started panicking after that sequel trilogy, and
Yeah.
then like it was like, what do we do? How many ideas do we have? It's like there's too many cooks in the kitchen, but no one's actually cooking.
Right.
They're all just standing around like, what do we do now? Like,
I agree.
I wouldn't have minded three different directors for the movies as long as, but they needed a strong writer slash auteur that would be working with them to kind of keep everything tied over the course of those three movies. I mean, Lucas didn't direct all three of the original trilogy, but he was there the whole time. It was his baby, so I mean, he was able to, still, I mean, make the choices that maybe like put Ewoks instead of Wookiees, things like that. But at least you had his guiding hand through everything, even if he wasn't directing stuff. I felt like they would have had that in place for the sequel trilogy. That would have It's amazing that they didn't. I'd be really curious.
Oh, but here's my thing. I'm going to challenge that, Frank, with um, the original three. It was the original. They didn't know what they were doing. It was kind of they who knew Star Wars was going to be a hit. The first one, they kind of just. And you're right. Lucas had his hand in all of it. That's the through line. But I'm saying it's kind of like they were still experimental. These were kind of experimental things when they were getting them together. And so, but by the time I got to the second trilogy, whether you liked them or not, they are kind of cohesive on some level. Like it's like so you feel like we get to the third one. Now we're talking 30 years in. The plan, it just seems like the plan wasn't strong enough or something. That's why I mentioned the three different directors. Because you're right. If they're three good directors, they all pick up where the other one leaves off. They really kind of work it out, it could work. But I just feel like they should have known better by now. Like now you've done this before 6 times, so to speak, plus a couple of sides. So I feel like you should, like the originals. They were. It was new, it was fresh. It was something. They were kind of throwing things to the wall. They were trying stuff. It's a little different. But I think like now, you know what the fans want. You know what they like for the most part. I think.
Is there what if there was a another timeline where instead of doing the prequel trilogy, Lucas at that time in the late 90s, he decides like, hey, you know what? Let's do the sequel trilogy now and do this. Like, would we?
Everybody wanted that. That was the whole point. Our generation, you're part of that generation, Frank.
Yeah.
They all want. We want to see more. So we want to see what happens next with them. We don't want to go backwards. But on some level, Frank, though, and John, I was kind of excited to see, because I'm a big Darth Vader fan, Anakin turning into Darth. I was excited about that storyline arc. About, ooh, that could be really like why he became. I mean, he's our space opera right there. Basically him, right? So I was looking forward to that, actually, that part. So I said, well, I'll give it a chance because I'm into Darth Vader. I'm really curious to see where he comes from, where that works. I was thinking it could work. But remember back then they didn't want prequels. But Roger was like, no, we want this with the Skywalker. So we want more of that.
I mean, I see the appeal of the prequels in the sense too. It's not just Darth Vader's origin, which is cool,
Yeah.
but also like the Jedi's back when they're in power. We've never really seen that ever before, so I can see why fans have been like, "Whoa, that would be cool to see!" Like tons of Jedi's doing their thing.
Yeah.
But
John,
I do see what you're saying, Frank, because it's like with the sequels, like they kind of had more room to play and be like, this is what we want to do with the story going forward. Where it's like if Lucas makes the sequels back in the 90s, early 2000s, he's doing whatever he wants to do. And then after, the Disney acquisition, they want to make the prequels. Well, they now have to play by the rules of like what we get. They have to build towards the original trilogy. They can't just kind of get in the sandbox and do whatever they want and like come up with their own ideas. It's like this has to lead up to episode 4, A New Hope, and it has to stick to this sort of plan really. And it's like it's a little bit harder to screw that up than it is to just like kind of come up and with the sequels and do whatever you want, and now you're kind of just out in the wind like this is what we did and we can't really fix it now.
Oh, John, then you kind of agree then because think of Andor.
Yeah.
Andor is amazing.
Andor, God, I fucking love Andor.
I know.
I can't stop watching Andor by myself, but then I also go to like YouTube and watch other people watching Andor. That's how obsessed I am with Andor.
No, I mean seriously, critics, everyone, they love Andor.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is that's the same thing. We know what happens at the end of. We know what happens on what the fuck's that movie? All of a sudden, I'm thinking that movie for Rogue One.
Rogue One, yeah.
We know that they're going to die. We know what's happening. So we were invested. So I wonder if you do the 6 movies, and then Disney goes, okay, now we're going to do the prequels. Would have they been better?
They actually could have been better. You might not have had characters like Jar Jar Binks. As much as I love Ahmed Best, I'm not trying to criticize the actor, but people like Jar Jar Binks who were not very popular characters when it came out, you probably wouldn't have gotten stuff like that.
Oof.
I know. We always freak like, oh.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to criticize the actor because he went through enough, and what he did, as far as like the breakthrough and that sort of technology and stuff like that, and like kudos to him. But like, there's a lot of problems with the prequels. As much as I've like loved them, and I think that other people have started to like appreciate them more over the years. There's a lot of problems with it too. I mean, it's just the truth.
Yeah. I mean, you can't help but watch the ILM documentaries, and when they get to the prequel films, talking with Ahmad Best and the challenges he was facing during that time. Yeah, I mean, you definitely feel for the guy for sure, but and I don't blame him for Jar Jar Binks.
No, absolutely not. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, he did the best he could with the role as given. It was just like, George, why was this character needed?
How I feel about all that, but anyway.
No! Hey, spill that tea.
Well, I mean, as a black person, we all hated it. I'm sorry. It was step and fetch it. It was the mannerisms. It was horrible. And to me, Ahmad, you should have done that, Ahmad. But you should have said, no, I can't do that. I'm sorry. I think the opposite. I don't feel for him that way. I will stand by that statement. I think it was a horrible betrayal, and I get that he was kind of the fuck up, screw up kind of character. I get that, but the way it's portrayed, I'm sorry, I can't watch. To me, it's like watching some of the Warner Brothers cartoons. Like, yeah, I grew up with them, and I laughed them when I was a kid. But I look at them now, and I'm like, oh, I can't really watch that anymore. Like it's not good. It did not age well. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, it didn't age well. I just think Jar Jar Binks could have been written a lot differently, and still got the point across that he was kind of this character. So that's I think the opposite. I'm sorry, and I just felt like we had enough of those kind of characters in history that I don't forgive.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Gather
Freak
him.
out out of me. Okay, freak out of me.
Yes,
Well,
that's what I want. That's what we're here for. This is what the fans want. They want you
yeah.
coming to to collect heads. Take that, George Lucas. Coming for you.
You got a black wife, George Lucas. Hello. Anyway, that's my story.
Oh, gee.
I'll bring that up too. That's right now. But anyway, but I think, but John, you almost bring up that point. It's like saying that if you both did, kind of, if they did do the whole original 6, maybe the next trilogy would have been better. I don't know. Maybe it would have been richer. Maybe it would have been more. Because you guys have both said certain things you didn't like about the whole Star Wars and the fight, some of of that trilogy. There's some things I like about it too. I'm appreciating more now. But you're right. There's some things that were kind of off that don't kind of make any sense.
Yeah.
Maybe now, if done with Dave, what would Dave would have done with it? It'd be very interesting to see what they would have done with prequels.
Yeah.
Well, and certainly I think we've all read like bits and pieces of like ideas that George had for the sequel stories. And some of them are like, okay, when we go into like we meet the Wills, we go into a microscopic world.
Yeah.
Like some of those I'm just like, oh boy, I don't know. I don't know about that one. So who knows? It's not to say that the sequels would have been guaranteed smashes if George had done them. And I don't know, like, because George, like, he kind of just did them all himself, for the prequels. Like, would he still do that for the sequels? He would have if he did them all for the prequels. I'm sure if he wanted to go back to the stories, he would have just kind of controlled everything, and he would have directed and written that stuff. So we may have gotten going to the microscopic world and meeting the Wills. Thank goodness.
Here's my thing to you guys both, because I brought up the Hutt family basically. What are your thoughts on this whole storyline? What are your in this movie? What are your thoughts on it, both you guys, on that?
Oh, I've got a new kink. Give me those little.
Frank loved it. Okay.
Oh, those little Hutt love dens. Oh, just let's just pan over more of that stuff of just Hutts just slipping and sliding and flashing against each other. Oh yeah.
Oh God.
John, did you find it as erotic as I did?
Definitely erotic. I feel like it's the storyline is I think it's much better suited for like a television series. Like that's all. It's not that I necessarily like, hated it. Like the Hutts are the Hutts. Like they've been around from the beginning. But it's just I don't know. It's just this is what there was there really like. It didn't really feel like there was like a real villain at any point. Like the biggest villain actually felt like Embo, who was just the bounty hunter that the Hutts hired to go after Mando. And I'm like, I'm more scared of this bounty hunter than I am of the Hutts. I don't know.
When both of you first watched that original Clone Wars animated movie, where we got to meet Rada the Hutt the first time, did you ever think like, oh man, someday he's going to be really jacked, fighting in a gladiator ring, and I cannot wait to see that.
I did not think that. I actually, yeah. Although I actually was a little disappointed because I feel like in the Clone Wars movie, they referred to him very often as Stinky, and we didn't get one mention of Stinky once in this movie.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, I agree with that. We did not expect that, no, at all.
Yeah, I don't. Interesting choice. For why like Favreau and Filoni were like, yeah, let's go back and follow up on this Book of Boba Fett thread with the Hutts, and kick it all the way back to the Clone Wars animated film and like, hey, here's Jabba's son too again. We got Ryder back.
It was very hut heavy. And I was just like, it's interesting. Okay, I guess we're going that direction.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I just didn't fully get it.
I think there are other VFX heavy species or things like that you could do instead. It doesn't necessarily need to be the huts. That could have been, maybe at least as interesting, if not maybe more interesting to do. I don't know.
I thought that Boba Fett was going to show up at some point for a cameo. I thought he was.
Yeah, I was wondering about the cameos. I didn't think we were gonna get like Luke Skywalker, but I thought maybe we were gonna get Ahsoka. But especially like you said, Boba Fett. I thought maybe that because we knew going in from the previews and stuff that the huts were in this. We were shown that a lot. So I'm thinking, all right, Boba Fett's got to be in here somewhere.
I thought too, and he didn't.
But
we were wrong.
Yeah,
like watching Rod of the Hutt in his gladiator fights, like even as jacked and swole as he is, it's still like watching those fights, you're just like, ugh, all right.
Right. They weren't exciting. I'm sorry, they weren't exciting.
The Hutts are not like dynamic characters. So
yeah.
I agree with you on that. I was saying that choice was so weird to me. So I said, okay, that's the story. Okay.
Right.
This wasn't. It didn't. It was just. I'm like, I need a good story. I mean, yeah, I'm watching Star Wars, but I want a good story. I want to feel something. I want to like go through an experience. And to me, I was devoid of experience. I'm just watching scenes, basically.
I found myself sitting there too a few times because they kept touching on like Grogu is going to outlive Mando, and I was like, are they going to kill him in this movie?
Right.
Are they going to kill him right now? And that didn't even happen.
Nope. Everything got kind of wrapped up neatly in a bow at the end, kind of, but like, so to speak. But like, it was like, oh, okay. I mean, just like, if they killed him or whatever, I would have been shocked. I mean, oh my god, that would have been something at least to talk about.
Right.
But,
I mean, we even get another mask takeoff for him, which to me like meant like so little. Also because like he gets the mask back, his helmet back pretty quickly afterwards, and he's like, "Well, as long as I kill all of you, it's not going to matter." Like I think like even if he had not had his helmet taken off, he still would have came back and killed them all anyway. So I don't know.
Right.
It wasn't like, wow, what benefit did we get by seeing Pedro for a few minutes?
Go ahead, John. Please go ahead.
No, I was gonna. They had to show him at some point. Like they had to. It was like just to prove that he was actually on set at some point.
Yeah.
I was just sitting there like, we better not have to go back to those damn living waters or whatever he has to bathe in. I was like, if we have to go through that whole thing again.
Yeah, I'm with John. I was gonna say the same thing. It was like probably contractually we gotta show his face at least once.
Yeah, they got his face had to show up in at least one trailer. Like,
right, exactly. Because my thing is like, this is not Kiss. I mean, we're not, we don't care what they look like, outside. I mean, it's the same thing. They took their mask off. Nobody cared. It's like this whole point. We know that Mandalorian wears this whole getup. That's what we expect. That we know it's supposed to be Pedro or whoever's playing the role. We get it. It's his voice, whatever. I think it's almost cheating to do that on some level, right? It's like we don't. It's like Homeboy next door on Home Improvement. We saw his eyes. We didn't see his face. So I mean, that's the whole point.
He was naked behind that fence.
Naked,
what?
Yeah.
He was naked behind the fence. That
is okay. That's okay. He's a big guy.
That Home Improvement lore. That was.
I love it.
Wilson was a nudist.
I wish he always was. And then or like with Charlie's Angels, we didn't see John Forsythe show up anywhere. They always showed the back of something, whatever. If he showed his face once, I mean, it'd be weird. It's like, no, he's the voice of Charlie's Angels. We don't just see him, so it's kind of like we know he's in the suit. Then John, he wears it. We don't need to see it. It would be different if he had equal time where his mask was off and it was on. They never did that in the series. It was never part of the series. So it felt weird.
Well, for me, it was like in that moment where the Hutts take it off meant very little to me.
Right.
But it would, at least story-wise, it made more sense to me. Like when Grogu puts him in his little yurt that he makes, Like, take the helmet off there so you can give him water and food.
Right.
Like, that's the point that the helmet should be off. Like, why are you making it harder for yourself with your little Grogu stubby arms to try to get,
Right.
food and water underneath that helmet? Why make it harder for yourself? Take the helmet off at that point. I mean, just Pedro can cold kick it, just, pretending he's, unconscious for, a couple days of filming.
Do you think that this overall, because Pedro Pascal, right, is like basically one of the most popular actors
Oh
in the
my
world.
God.
He's so busy, he's working so much. Do you think that the story has been hurt by his unavailability because he's always working on other things? It's like, because personally, like that first season where his mask was first taken off was like a big deal. It was like, wow, we get the reveal. And now I'm just like annoyed by it. I'm like, you know what? We had this whole thing with him and Bo-Katan where she's like, the only reason you won't take your helmet off is because you're part of this cult. And I'm like, why are we still dealing with this cult? Can you just get over the mask thing? Just take it off. And it's like,
Yeah.
maybe they can't change the story in that way because he's not available. You know what I mean? It's like we can't now move on from this. He can't take his helmet off. We can't have him on set more because he's just not around to do it. He's filming Fantastic Four. He's filming this. He's filming that. And so, in a way, the story is almost being like strangled because he's not on set. Like it's that I was annoyed by that. I'm like, all right, who cares that the Huts took your mask off? We've been here before. Like, I'm so tired of this, honestly.
I like for me, I'm fine if we never have to worry, like, never take your mask off again. Never. I'm never gonna even worry about it. You can have your mask on forever. And I'm not gonna care about how you eat, how you drink, if you're ever gonna
How you
kiss
kiss?
anybody. Yes.
Hey!
Yes. I'm never gonna worry about that. I'm always gonna assume that sometime off camera you did that, and that's great. So I'm fine if like never, but it's up to the creators just to not write to that. Don't write to moments where it would seem like we're crying out to see that mask off. Who cares? Pedro
I
could just be a voice for me. I'm fine with that.
I agree with you. I mean, I think some
Yeah.
setups are just good. They're good the way they are. We as audience we accept it. I think we accept it. I mean, the thing about Pascal, about Pedro Pascal, which is interesting too. It's a good point you bring up, John, is that he's basically popular for his other work. They hardly ever mention him in Mandalorian in major press. They hardly ever mention that. It's always about with the Last Man on Earth, well, all these other things.
The Last of
Oh,
Us.
Last of Us.
Yeah.
Last of Us, and him just being an internet daddy and all this. They mention all that stuff, but they rarely ever mention. I know just this is what I've noticed the last couple of years. The Mandalorian. I'm like, he's in two shows right now. They're both hits on some level, right? But they always mention the other one. He's always promoting the other one. And I was like, I don't know what that's about. I've noticed that in press.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's tough to get like after the first season to get really like where he's more just a voice than anything else. I can understand why that's not getting as much attention um, as it does like The Last of Us or any of the other films that he does. Uh, but as we start this movie, we do start off going back to what Mando does best, and that's going out and getting bounties. So we see him trying to get Commander Barrow. We get a nice sequence where we get to see some AT-ATs, some snowtroopers. John, I was excited to see a snowtrooper.
yeah, yeah,
I always loved that costume.
yeah.
I always thought
This
it
was great. Yeah, and the way this started off, I thought it was great. Is we get right back into this action. This was actually a really violent movie when you think about it. But like I love it. Like he was just mowing people down, and I was like, this is Mando at his best right here. And like you said, seeing like a snowtrooper and stuff like that, it was great. Yeah.
Again, I don't understand the people that are all like pro Empire. Like as we see their Barrow's like, talking about like, hey, yeah, we're gonna retake our stuff. And everybody's like, yeah, sounds great. And then he goes, well, now we're gonna have to increase your tribute to us because Daddy needs some money. And everybody's balking about that. I'm like, guys, that's why that you right there, the Empire stinks. They're just gonna bleed you dry. But they're all like, oh no, no, we need this more than we need the rebellion. I mean, if we're looking at our modern day window, I guess,
I would say, Frank, you know,
Yeah, I was
what?
gonna say,
Yeah.
there's still people in this country flying the
Yeah.
Confederate flag.
Exactly.
Yeah. But it's
That's
just like,
your own question, Frank. I'm like,
ugh.
with today's lens on it. Yes, answer your own question.
Oh, can you be smarter in a galaxy far, far away?
A long time ago.
Yes, I guess not. I guess
People are
not.
people. People are people. The best one said it. People are people.
Uh, but overall, James, did you enjoy the opening sequence there? We get right
it was a
back
nice
into
start.
action.
Yeah, it was a nice start. I will say, that part was probably the most Star Warsian we got to me. It was like we're seeing action, we're seeing sequences, we're seeing death, we're seeing fights. That's what you want to see. And I thought, oh, okay. And I kept thinking, I was sitting there, my cousins, they're all getting into it too. And I was like, okay, maybe this will be better than I think it is. That's how I started out.
Yeah.
Like, okay, nice start. I'm awake. It's a nice start. We're getting in there. That's how I felt at the beginning.
If they had stayed on that trajectory, I think it would have been better. Mando and
Yeah.
Grogu just going throughout the galaxy, hunting down former Imperial commanders that were still like trying to hold on to power. It's like we got that. It was like a great start, and then it was like, all right, now everything's about the Hutts. And it's like, no, why can't we? And I know technically they were still going after an Imperial commander with this Commander Coin or whatever, but it's like it really wasn't about that because Commander Coin was in this. They took him out like that. And then it was all just on Nal Hutta, which I did like, but it's like if you stayed on that trajectory of like let's just keep taking out these Imperial targets, I would have, and you see more stormtroopers and stuff like that, I would have found that much better than what we ended up getting in the end, I think.
I agree with John on that one. I agree with that.
To go back to what we were talking about previously, just for this point again, about like the movie, is once you pull the trigger on having a Luke Skywalker cameo in your show, and you see him, at the end of season 2 and a bit at Getaway as he reunites with Grogu in Book of Boba Fett. Like I feel like once you've done that on a TV streaming show, like I mean that's an awesome moment. You bringing in Luke Skywalker. If you're gonna go and take this property and this characters to the big screen, then I feel like you need something that's going to be just as epic. And I don't think anything in this movie hit like that kind of epic moment in this, which felt like that seemed weird to me then. It's like, hey, then what? It goes back to what we were saying earlier. Why did this need to be on the big screen?
Yeah. It felt just too low stakes for like a big screen movie. Well,
Yeah.
like you said, when you've had Luke Skywalker in your TV show, you got to go bigger than this when you're going to the big screen. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate I mean the effects of that first fight with all the AT-ATs, all the action for that, great. And maybe better than they could have done just with the streaming budget. I mean, like I think of like even Solo, which is not there are bits and pieces of that movie that I think that we all enjoy. But like that sequence where they're doing the first heist that goes incredibly wrong. Boy, that's just a really nice piece of just action. It looks very cinematic, large scale. It looks very cool. And so I felt like this was kind of a similar thing where it just the scope of it was nice and big, which I think is a great way to open a movie.
yeah.
And then we immediately, as that wraps up, and Mando's ends up having to kill Barrow. We get another reason why that we're on the big screen, guys, and that's because Zeb pops in to pick up Mando and Grogu. Great. Hooray. I mean, we get to see a lot of Zeb. John is our resident Rebels lover. How excited were you to see the amount of Zeb that we saw in this movie?
Yeah. I was very excited for Zeb. I absolutely love Rebels. I've watched that show so many times, and I'll still just like throw on random episodes at any moment just because I just want to watch certain moments. But so it was great to see Zeb. I thought that it was pretty well done. He looked great, sounded great. I felt like there was part of me that was like, all this guy does is pick Mando up and drop him off. like I would love if he got off the ship once maybe and like got involved in a fight. Oh, he did a little bit, I guess. He was beating some people up in the Commander Coin scenes, I think, when they went to get him. But like other than that, it was just kind of just pick Mando up, drop him off.
Given your love for Rebels and where that series ends, do you feel like where the position that Zeb is in now, it's like, yeah, this makes sense. This tracks after Rebels that he would just be doing this sort of thing now.
I don't know. It's weird because we've gotten like Ahsoka now too, where we see Sabine and we see Ezra and stuff, and I'm like, why isn't Zeb involved at all with them? Like, or why I wish something like big could have happened here where Mando needed help and Zeb reached out to Ahsoka or something. You know what I mean? It's like why we've gotten now all these characters in live action, and yet somehow for some reason Zeb is the only person that's not part of the Rebels group in that show, and none of the Rebels characters are showing up where Zeb is. I don't know. It's just like why are they all so separated? Like, I don't know. It's a little weird.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed at least the original idea for this was that this was supposed to be like kind of a culmination movie, with
Right.
like Thrawn being the overall threat, and you would have gotten everybody like Ezra, Sabine, Ahsoka, Mando, Grogu, and anybody else that was kind of like, and maybe skeleton crew members.
Right.
Uh,
I felt like there was a time when all of this stuff was supposed to start intersecting. And
yeah.
like I was even hoping for like a post-credit scene where maybe we got a hint to that. But we didn't get anything like that. And this just felt like a very contained, sort of low stakes story. And it felt like maybe this was the kind of thing where like management was saying, we need something out there. People love Grogu, people love Mando. John Favreau, Dave Filoni, you just throw something together as quick as you can, and that's what this kind of felt like. And they just like decided we have some scripts that we were going to use for season 4. Let's just make this a movie. So,
and hire Sigourney Weaver.
oh yeah, and also Sigourney Weaver, welcome.
Let's hire her.
Yes.
Welcome to the chat.
We do go to the new Empire's one of their little base camp outposts, just on some nice tropical isle, where Mando then meets our Sigourney Weaver. James, I thought, as much as I enjoy Sigourney Weaver, she's an icon. She's been in so many great roles. I don't know. This just felt like this just screamed like fan service to me. Like, oh, hey, let's just add one more sci-fi franchise to Sigourney's notch on her belt.
I felt exactly the same. It felt very performative. It felt very much like, here we go. She's safe. She's good. I said earlier, she's competent. She's a great actress. So she's safe. She's competent. She's a big name. I'm sorry, it's right for the female world, right? And let's get her in here because she's also bankable on some level, kind of, because she's also an avatar and she's an alien. Like it felt very performative. So I'm with you, Frank, completely. I just like, oh, okay. I mean, I knew she was gonna be in the movie, so I was waiting for her to show up. I was like, okay, she plays the role fine. Like it's not anything, either my favorite role of hers is Galaxy Quest. It's another story. I think she's brilliant in that movie. But I'm saying it was like, I feel like you, Frank, I couldn't even get excited about that either. It was nice seeing her on screen, but I just couldn't get excited. I was just like, oh, okay. I mean, I guess I'll see what she does. And to me, she was serviceable in the movie. Like she wasn't. There was nothing. I mean, she's not saying, "Come get me, bitch," like she does in Aliens or whatever. Like she wasn't in Cabin in the Woods. She comes at the end. It's her who did this whole thing. Like what? Like there's roles that she did that you're like, yes, those are iconic. Working Girl, iconic. But this I was like, okay. I mean, she's good. But that role could have been played by anybody. It could have been Sharon Stone. It could have been Cher. I don't know whoever. It could have been anybody. I mean, anybody could play that role.
Cher would have been great.
Okay, now I'm like Cher. She's like, can you believe? No, I feel like, but you know what I mean. Like, insert older lady actress here could have played that role, right? I mean, Frank, you could have played it. I mean, come on.
Thank you. It's just sweet of you to say. Thank you. Thank you.
You know what I mean? Frank, seriously, did you feel similar? Like, just like it wasn't a bad role or a great role. It's like,
I mean, like John, I couldn't help but think of like that's Sigourney Weaver, and I thought more of that's Sigourney Weaver than Colonel Ward, which I think is the wrong thing you want the audience to be walking. And I was like, oh yeah, Sigourney Weaver's in a Star Wars movie. That's okay. Yeah. And I'm not really caring about the character she's playing.
Yeah, they just needed somebody to give Mando his missions, and they said Sigourney Weaver can do this, and she did her job. Nothing more, nothing less. I wasn't excited about it. I wasn't disappointed in it. It just happened, and I said, "Oh, great, that's Sigourney Weaver."
They could have got Dame Judi Dench. They could have got. I mean, they could have got. They could have got Whoopi Goldberg. Who knows? I'm just saying, just like it was a role that to me, it was a fillable role. Yeah. Like they needed somebody to play that character, Okay, good for her. Now she's part of the Star Wars universe. I would do it. It's what I said, James. When you I mean, I would do anything. So to be in the Star Wars universe.
They
Would
should
you
have
Uh,
used.
would you have been Jar Jar?
Oh God.
Frank, I hate you very much.
They they should have used Meryl Streep
I,
as her character in Devil Wears Prada. That should have been who it was.
so back to how I hate Frank right now.
I was trying to move.
Oh, Frank, you're something else. Oh, you're something else. That's how I answer. If I could write it myself, and then I'd be Jar Jar Binks. I'll write my own role on this one. And, Frank, you're sneaky. That's a good one. I didn't say anything, right? I didn't say anything.
James is going to be stepping.
I mean, yeah, fetching and stepping. That's a good one, Frank. It's a good one. But I mean, like she was. I mean, it was. I'm with you. It was just serviceable. It was fine. She's fine. Right.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, I mean, Star Wars has a good track record of like holding on to characters and using them again and again and again. But I have no idea if like this is just a one-off for this character, or I mean, we have. I mean, yeah, if you look at box office and how much that means, like everybody said, like this has performed had the lowest opening for any Star Wars film. So, I mean, what that means for any other plans they might want to do for sequels, you know, that doesn't mean that they wouldn't continue. I mean, I think this is too valuable a property to just never see again. But
Yes.
I mean, it could go back to just being a streaming only thing.
I think it's a yeah.
Go John.
Sorry, I think it's a one and done for Sigourney Weaver. I think it was just another notch in the belt. I've been in this, I've been in that. Now I've been in Star Wars. And like that's fine.
And then
Like
get an action figure, and that's
yeah.
cool.
So and she might come back in like a limited role for another project, but like I don't as little as she did in this movie, I think it's the most we're gonna get from her in this franchise.
But I feel like they made and they said like, hey, you're gonna be given Mando his missions, and we'll let you fly an X-wing too, so you get to
Right.
suit up.
Yeah, and I think that's what she wanted out of this, and that's fine. And
Yeah.
I enjoyed what we got from her. So
I'm sure she's got family that's excited to know that she's like, oh, grandma's in a Star Wars movie. That's awesome.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
probably. Yes, right. Yes, grandma. Yeah, she probably. Yeah, probably. No, for me again, she could show up somewhere, I guess, but a cameo role. It was something on Disney Plus at some point. But I think we've seen what we get from her. I mean, just
Speaking of
the Avatar
cameos,
She's busy.
speaking of cameos, we also get another couple cameos. One is our familiar X-Wing pilot that we've seen in Mandalorian, our bearded Asian gentleman.
Oh yeah. So yes.
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 So you get to see him.
Yes.
But we also get to see John's boy, Dave Filoni himself. showing
Yeah.
up.
I gotta tell you, it took me out of it a little bit when Mando walked in with Commander Coin and Dave Filoni is just sitting there with that familiar hat that he always wears. I was like, that doesn't feel like it fits here. I'm sorry. Like, there's a lot of weird stuff and weird hats, but that's somehow too weird, and it's not even weird. Like, that's a hat that people wear in the real world, but it's weird in Star Wars.
I thought the exact same thing. I was like,
Yeah.
And we went back to him again in the X-Wing. Like, are we really hitting? Dave Filoni is making sure he's getting some FaceTime in this movie.
Yeah, it was a little weird. It was a little weird.
I think because I understand it's kind of like cameo thing. Like Hitchcock was in all his films somewhere. There's certain things, but him didn't take things out of the situation. It's not they worked in the films, and so I thought, okay, they're trying to do one of those things where if somebody else does the same thing, they're always in their films too. I forgot who it is right now. There's no person like that. So I thought the same thing. I go, but it's not one of those kind of films where like they break the fourth wall or anything either. It's not like it's kind of like it's not a parody. It's not a comedy. It's not a satire. It's supposed to be this whole universe. So it does feel weird for any of them to show up in the universe.
Right.
And gentlemen, I'm going to ask. John may know the answer to this because he is, he's dialed into all things Star Wars.
Yes, that's true.
What is Dave Filoni's character's name?
Oh, I have no idea. I have no idea.
What? Just all right. Both of you, you well versed in Star Wars named characters. Each of you, please just give your best guess on what you think Dave Filoni's character would be called.
I'm trying to think of like different spellings of his name or something, like
I
his
was, I was
actual,
going, I was going, I was going somewhere like,
like Evad Ilanthony or something.
I was thinking, I was kind of going that direction too. I was thinking, okay, what sounds Star Wars in? So his name was. I don't know why I want to go with a V name, like Val or something. I don't know why I want to go that direction.
Vade.
I was thinking there were Val something or something Vale. I was thinking with a V in it. I feel like a first or last name with a V in it.
Yeah.
All right. Both of you extremely close. His name was Trapper Wolf.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of cool. Trapper Wolf. I do
Wait,
like
yeah.
that.
I actually, why do I know that name? Why, like, I feel like an idiot right now. Like that, like I know that name. That's an actual, right? Like that's.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
but it's funny. I said VTUV. I was towards that end of the alphabet. I was thinking something like I think it's something. It's be something that's like not unique. It's kind of unique, but also it's manly. That's why Trapper. Okay, Trapper John M.D. That TV show back in the 70s, and 80s. Trapper Keeper. I don't know. That's okay. No idea.
There you go.
All right, keeping up just before, as we take a moment for just a little fun little quiz, a little game show moment here. One last question for the room. Which original trilogy cast member also has a cameo in this film? A hint, it is a vocal cameo.
Really? An
Vocal.
original trilogy character in this film has a vocal cameo.
Original trilogy actor.
Right.
Yes.
I'm thinking
Oh man.
it is. I think he's still alive. It is. He's dead too. Shit, we're dead.
Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, that's right. He was in the original trilogy.
He was. That's what he was. That's so funny. But I'm thinking about they're dead. I'm like, it can't be that person. It can't be the guy who did R2D2 C3PO. He's dead too, I think. Like who was a vocal an actor?
I have no idea, honestly.
Hey, 1 second. I'm like, I'm gonna go back to the original movie. Going, I don't know.
You should have trusted your gut, James. It was Anthony Daniels.
Oh my god,
Oh,
alive! I thought you. Sorry, Anthony Dan. I thought you were dead. Sorry. No, seriously, I was thinking. I really was going there. Oh my god.
He
I'm
was
that
a
good. I'm
air traffic
good.
control droid.
Oh my god.
wow. Okay.
That made me
Good
happy.
stuff.
Okay, sorry. That made me happy. I like that. That's
God,
so funny.
He's like the only one that's been in like pretty much every movie, right? I mean,
Yeah,
that's
he's done like
in
a lot.
some way.
But I'm very proud of myself. I was going. I thought he was dead. But I would have said I was going to say him. But I thought he was dead.
I wonder if Anthony Daniels is trying to get that sweet, like James Earl Jones deal with
Okay.
Disney. Like, you can use my voice in perpetuity, man. Just give me some cash.
You know.
Set up my family for life.
Yeah, and these golden pipes are yours forever.
Golden
Yeah.
pipes. I'm so proud of myself. Basically I had it. I was going that direction. That's so. I just thought he's not here. He's not around. I mean, that's so funny.
So while good old Mando is there delivering the news that they've gotten rid of Barrow, of course Sigourney's Colonel Ward is like, hey, we've got another card on the deck. We need you to get, but to do this, we need you to go to the Hutts because they need you to get their nephew that's been kidnapped. In exchange, they'll give us information on where we can find this really important Imperial officer. So off he goes. This just like kept moving. Like, and to sweeten the pot, they give him back another Razor Crest. How'd you feel about seeing like the return of that form of starship?
I was
James?
glad to see. Oh, sorry, James. Go
Oh,
ahead.
John, no, John, you go.
I was
James is silent. He
I, I
goes.
was I was glad to see it. I feel like really only got it because they needed a ship that had enough room to fit Rod of the Hutt inside it. He was not going to fit inside that Naboo starfighter. So, um, in order to continue the story, we needed a ship big enough to fit a giant hut.
Which makes sense. That's true. Uh, and it looks good. James, were you happy to see that? Did it feel? Were you happy to see it, or did it feel like, oh, we're just resetting the status quo back to where it originally started?
You know me well enough. That's how I felt. It just felt like, again, performative on some level. It was just like, okay, it's familiar. We loved it, of course. What was that one? I'm saying, but like, it's familiar. But I like John's explanation better. That he couldn't fit anybody.
I mean, at least story-wise, it does make sense.
Yeah, it does. It does. It's fun.
But it's also like, oh, okay, so we got to have it back.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. But I like John's explanation. I'm going with that one. But yeah, it was fine. It was good to see him.
I mean, and, now Mando's like, a two-ship household. So look at him.
A two-ship household.
Yeah, I loved seeing both the ships parked next to each other. Actually, like that actually looked pretty cool to me.
I was expecting the Naboo starfighter to get blown up at some point, just to like say like, guess what, guys? This is Mando's only got one ship now, and we're going with the classic. So I'm glad it didn't, because it's like I dug that ship. So
yeah, it's a great ship.
yeah. So off he goes to go meet the Hutts. We get to see, we get to go through all the little orgy dens of Hutts, just
The
slithering
orgy
around.
dens.
Yeah. Oh, I was just like, oh, don't rush this. Let's slow down. I could have spent 40 minutes in there.
The giant slug orgy dens.
Which then the Hutt twins lament that their nephew's been kidnapped and they need him back. So off. I feel like at this point, like the movie's just cooking. We're just going and going and going. We're like, oh, all right. We're at the next new planet there where he's gonna go and check out this fighting ring. And then and I looked up on the casting list because we get Mando when he ends up on this new planet. He's looking around for information. He ends up talking to a cook that's working in like a little food truck type thing, which is of the same race that Jon Favreau played the voice of in the Solo movie. And
Yes.
the voice sounds similar. I don't see him credited in this, but he must have done the voice for that guy as well.
This voice was Martin Scorsese.
Was that Martin Scorsese?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I thought it was like,
oh my god.
I kept thinking, I was like,
That's
oh,
that's
Jon
part of the
Favreau.
reason that was my answer to your question before.
Oh, how
It sounded so similar to what Jon Favreau had done in the Solo movie. I was like, oh, did he just do this? I assumed it was him. I didn't even make the connection that was Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Well, I mean, he's a legend, and he sunk into that role.
He sunk into that role.
Yeah. James, as a foodie, that sandwich that he made for Mando, tasty? Not tasty. Would you have eaten it?
No.
No?
I mean, it was okay. I don't know. It didn't. I love food. I love food on camera. I love like seeing people when they're eating. I'm all about the blue milk still, folks. I don't. It was okay. I mean, it didn't excite me. I kind of chuckled when I saw it. It didn't make me go, "Oh, I'm hungry. I want that." It didn't make me feel that way.
I mean, I know you, and you're a purist. You only do the blue milk straight from the teat.
Right, exactly.
Straight from the teeth.
I do. He knows me. I mean, I'm pure. I want the purest of blue milks I can get.
Don't give it to me in a jug. No.
I want it straight from the thing.
From the source. right from the source.
The source.
Yeah.
No,
I would have eaten this.
You would have eaten it. I thought it was fun. I looked at it, I was like, okay, it's kind of cute, but I just didn't. It didn't make my mouth water.
As someone who works in New York City, this looked like an NYC food truck to me. I would have gone up there and eaten that in a heartbeat.
Funny. I can see that. I can see that.
Because it looked basically like like shawarma. Like he just sliced off a little slice, And I liked it that it seemed like that instead of a spit, it was just anti-gravity that was kind of rotating
Yeah.
whatever that meat product was.
Yeah, that meat product didn't do anything for me. So much, so.
That meat product.
Yeah, who knows what it was from? I don't know.
Exactly. I don't know what kind of animal they have there that they have that. Never
It's a tauntaun meat.
mind.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yum yum yum.
Oh my god, I would eat that either. Little gamey. I would eat that either.
A little gamey.
A little tough and gamey.
Uh, well, that leads us to Bando watching Rada fight in the Coliseum, and then easily makes it in backstage to be able to talk to Rada. And like I was just like interesting how just he just slinks in, struts
Yeah,
in.
you're right. It was like no,
No guards whatsoever.
right,
Yeah.
no conflict, nothing. I'm like, oh, okay.
And then we get to see John, your favorite, Jeremy Allen White voicing Rada the Hutt. Did you enjoy
Yeah.
his vocal performance?
I think I did. I think I did. It was weird to hear the Hutts speaking so much. I guess it's not English, right? It's basic. It was weird to hear them speaking so much basic in this movie. Guys, I have to step away for 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Sure. But I get it, James, because I don't know if I would have wanted. I mean, seeing somebody speak in Hut for long stretches of time, I think would have been like, eh. I mean,
Cool.
so given the amount of stuff that this character Rada says, I think great that he said it in basic as opposed to Hut.
I mean, I
What
agree. Yeah, these faux languages go a little bit goes a long way. And this is in all movies, period, in all TV shows. I don't need long soliloquies in that language. I don't need a big exchange that goes on for 5 to 10 minutes in that language. Give me little bits and pieces of it to let us know if they speak another language. Got it. Part of the canon, whatever. I'm good. And I thought it's cool at first, right? You hear, you go, oh, that's kind of cool. After a while, you're like, okay, I'm done. I'm good. I'm good. Now
you
that
don't want to
makes
be
sense.
reading lots of subtitles in a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, right. I want to relax. You know what I mean? Like it's like I mean, but I'm saying in all seriousness, for me, just me personally, I like a little bit of it's so because they have a different language. That's a whole thing. But I don't. I won't be like if I'm watching a foreign film. It's just like this gives a little bit of it. Let's get back to the Star Wars stuff. Let's get back to the English. I'm sorry, I just feel that way. I know it sounds so bad, but that's how I feel about Star Wars films. Like gives a little bit of the culture. That's it. Let's do something else.
I came here to watch, not to read.
Yeah, exactly. Like hello. So I mean, so it's cool because again, it fleshes out the character a bit. It makes it more natural. But almost after a while, I was like, no, I'm good for little bits of that. So it's fine. And I need a lot. I need a lot of it.
Now, we've only seen Rada before as a baby in the original Clone Wars movie. For you, I mean, I already know you weren't a fan of the other Hutts, but did you even care about the journey,
No?
the story arc of Rada the Hutt in this movie?
Because again, he doesn't show up anywhere else. I have no connection to him at all. You know what I mean? And not to say that let me make sure I preface this so people won't jump on me. Not saying that maybe I could have cared if it was written differently. Maybe. But it was so much Hut to me. I was like, I think when I was watching it, trying to figure out. So this is like this. They're really this big dynasty family, but I guess because your job was in the front. I mean, I was trying to figure out. I was trying to figure out like why that's the family they chose. While watching the film and going, okay, is this going to turn sideways? The nephew and that, like, what's going? I mean, I was all thinking that as I was watching.
No, I get it because we've certainly of many properties of late. They do like, oh yeah, he starts off as a good guy, but no, I was also running a con on you. So I could understand like, like you're not sure how you're supposed to feel about Rada. Is he
Yeah.
sincere? Is he playing is he got an angle he's doing? Who knows? John, did you care about Rada the Hutt and his story arc in this movie?
I mean, yeah, he was all right. I there was never a point where I didn't like trust him or think he was telling the truth, though. Like the
Yeah.
second I see him on the beach playing with Grogu, And I'm like, all right, this guy's a big softie. I'm like, he's not scheming, he's not planning. Like he doesn't like the twins, his aunt and uncle, or whatever. He probably wants to kill them, but like he's not going to. The only reason he even wanted to leave Mando was because Mando was going to bring him back to the twins. Like, and then I guess I don't want to jump ahead, but he just stays and works for the New Republic at the end. Like, I don't know. It was
Like where
weird.
Zeb says, "Oh, I think I can find a suit for you."
Right. I can find one that fits. It's like, really?
Uh,
I don't know.
so are we expecting it's some other date we will see Zeb and Rada working together? Just him in a ship, uh, just doing something. Who knows?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we never saw Rada again.
But here's the thing, John, because I mean, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what the future of Mandalorian Grogu is. If there's a TV season or a sequel or whatever, they seem to like the Hutts for some reason in this universe.
Yeah. But that's weird too. Like the way that they did this, it was like it feels very disjointed. You had season 1 and 2, then you had Mando and Grogu show up in Boba Fett, and then you had season 3, and now you've had a movie. Like, what is if they have if they have a series next? Is it season 4? Is it season 5? Like, I don't even know what to call it anymore. Like, have you boxed yourself in where all you can do now is movies? Like, with these characters anyway. Like, I don't know. There's something like, again, to quote Sigourney Weaver, messy, very messy.
Um, I mean, I would think, and maybe this movie has legs, and for the next several weeks, it's still going to stay sort of at the top of the box office, and maybe that changes some minds. So I would think that they wouldn't have done this if they didn't think the one that it would be hopefully be successful with audiences, since the fan base for these characters was really high. And then two, I think their plan would have been to just to jump to movies on these with these.
Oh, got it.
That's like, all right, well, we're now officially transitioning from TV to movies now for these characters. We'll just continue their stories on film.
Interesting.
I would think, like, why make the jump otherwise?
Yeah, that makes sense, Frank. I know I saw today that it said it globally is at 800 million. But that to me, well, yeah, Star Wars is a property. Whether you like them or not, they always open pretty big. So, I mean, they do really well, especially overseas. They do really well. So I'm not that surprised. Domestically, I haven't seen numbers for domestic, and I'm just not sure. Like you said, we'll see if it has legs. Like, the Michael movie's doing actually better than they thought people would. It's still going, and it's still like a big hit. I couldn't get in. I was trying to get in to see it. The third is 4 weeks later, and so it's like it's funny how movies are, right? So this one is like, was it for all of us who are Star Wars hardcore fans? No, everybody's gonna wait till it goes on Disney Plus. I mean, are you going to go out to the theater to see it? I mean, I'm just wondering what that's going to be like.
Yeah, I don't feel any urge to go back out and see it again in the theater. I'm like, no, I'm fine waiting till it comes to me
Same
in my
here.
home.
Same here.
I might go back and see it again. I still haven't decided. And I actually, James, I was just looking at some of the comments on YouTube. I actually did go see it in 3D.
Okay.
And it was it. I don't know. I don't know if it improved the experience at all because I haven't seen it not in 3D, but
right.
like I did feel a lot like I was kind of in it. You know what I mean? Like there were moments where like it felt like things like I went on a weekday in the beginning of the afternoon. I got a seat right in the middle towards the back. And even that far away from the screen, I felt like I was closer to it in a way. I don't know. And like I said, as much as I might criticize this or like speak negatively about different parts of it, like I did still really enjoy this. Like I had fun with it. I see it for all its flaws, but I still had a lot of fun with this. And I feel like, and part of it, I think, is because we've waited for so long. And I do think that maybe that 3D experience might have made it more enjoyable for me. Because like, especially those scenes in the forest and stuff like that, it felt like certain things were jumping out at you and like, so I do think it might have added an extra layer for me that helped me enjoy it more. But
Interesting. So you deliberately chose the 3D.
no, I actually bought the ticket, not even realizing that I had bought a ticket for 3D. And then I walked in, I still have them. They handed me these glasses, these 3D glasses. I also got this. Did you guys get this? They gave me a Grogu trading card.
Oh, nice. No, I didn't get that.
Yeah.
Not in LA.
So
Well, I feel like this is a perfect segue for a moment to take a little pit stop. Movie time snacks. John Dumphy, what did you eat while you watched this movie?
I didn't eat anything. I snuck a can of Diet Coke into the theater with me and drank that while
Oh,
I watched.
all right. Okay. A beverage only that you brought in
Yeah,
yourself, no food.
I had a nice Subway sandwich before I went to the theater, and then
Oh,
snuck my Diet Coke in.
a Feast of Kings.
Yeah,
Absolutely. There you
yeah.
go. Sucking down that foot long. So
You
that's
know
how
it.
I like to thank you.
That
Of you.
spicy Italian footlong. It was.
Oh, great choice.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Ah.
It
I've had
was.
a few of those.
What were their names?
Oh,
Uh, James, your snacks of choice.
so for folks out there who will probably be shocked, I don't like popcorn.
Hmm.
I never get popcorn. Like they have that little bucket of Grogu for $55. I didn't do it.
A bucket of Grogu.
I almost did it, but you know me, I was almost there because someone showed me they made it into a planter. You know, I love plants. I was like, oh, but it was $55. I'm like, James, I already spent that much on the fucking Burger King shit. So that's another story. I did that. So I got all the cups and everything. I got all this. I got everything. I do Raisinets always. I love my chocolate raisins. Raisinets. I did a cherry vanilla Dr. Pepper. I don't drink soda normally, but I want to stay awake for the. I want to make sure I stay awake, and I go. That's one of the few times I'll drink soda. So I got cherry vanilla that, and I had that. That's all I had actually. I didn't. We had eaten earlier in the day, so I wasn't hungry.
Mm.
But I had that. I ate the whole box of Raisinets, and that's one of my favorite go-tos when I go to the movies is Raisinets. Right,
Ooh.
while you
Usually I enjoy popcorn. I will tear that thing apart. But I did not bring it. I too snuck in some Trader Joe's dark russet potato chips. And and then I just brought in a bottle and I filled it with water and just enjoyed the movie that way.
I mean, it's expensive. It's my chance that they watched. They ate a Hershey bar of chocolate. Here's the thing. We spent $19.50 on these godforsaken tickets. I want my money back. Ready to go in, but then when I bought the cherry vanilla, whatever, that and the raisins came like $20 also. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like I spent like $40 for this movie, and I walked out not even satisfied. The snack satisfied me so low, but the movie didn't satisfy me. So I was like, oh, okay, but I spent like $40 that night.
Oh yeah, for my 3D experience, with no snacks, no drinks purchased, this was actually at a Tuesday afternoon showing, which was 15% discounted. I spent over $25 for my ticket.
What?
Yeah.
That
Yep.
that is with the discount? That's
Yeah.
insane.
With the purchase of the ticket plus whatever tax and fees or whatever, I spent like almost $26 to see this movie
Oh.
uh, in 3D.
Well, I can't. I mean, I am part of that AMC A list. So I mean, I just do my monthly fee and then get a bunch of
Oh,
movies.
you're definitely an A-lister.
Oh, well, thank you. I remind everybody when I come in, excuse me, A list coming in. Thank you.
Hey, stand back. Don't look at me. Don't look at me crazy.
He has zero eye contact.
Yes. Chat. Mine was only $5. Oh, funny. Good for you, girl.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, it's the way to go.
For sure.
I naturally, even if I'm not hungry, I always get Raisinets when I go to the theater for some reason, and a soda. I just always do. I just get red vines too. Another one I like. If I am hungry, because in LA I don't have it in New York, and so I went to so for Frank, I went to Howard Hughes, which is in Culver City, and it's very pumped up. So I got, sometimes I'll get hot dogs. We have Pink's hot dogs, so I'll get a Pink's hot dog, which is my favorites. I'll get the Rosie O'Donnell, or I'll get the chili cheese, and I'll get that. But yeah, I was not hungry this time. But then they had a Pink's where I went, so I was like, oh, I love Pink's, but I wasn't hungry like that.
You didn't get the Elsbeth Tassioni?
I know. I'm trying to. I've been tempted to try. So I'm like, I know it's there, but I haven't.
I will say the movie theater that I saw it in, like it's recently been redone and it's very nice. Like I was sitting in a recliner
Me too. Me too.
With my feet up, like that. At least that it's like it makes it a little better than just sitting in a crappy chair. Like, I saw it in 3D. I got a little cool trading card. Got to sit back with my feet up in a recliner to watch it. So that was nice. So
I said I was a big cushy recliner also for my big
yeah.
ass. It worked. I could squeeze in, and it was just right. It was great.
Yeah. See, Sally, if I did do something sweet, I would do Milk Duds. That's my movie. Yes.
Yeah.
But
If I
this
got
movie-
candy, my candy of choice would have been peanut M&Ms.
Ooh,
Those are good too. Those are good
choice.
too. Way better than regular M&Ms. Sorry, folks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree.
And don't forget, everybody, they're also coming out with banana nut bread M&Ms. So
Really?
yes,
How does that work?
I
it's
gotta
your
try
local
that.
Kroger.
Wow.
I
Okay.
gotta try that because I used to have the banana. Side note, folks, banana nut bread latte at Starbucks. It tastes just like banana nut bread. It tastes just like it. Oh my god, it was so good. Banana foam. What's up?
Back to the movie. We see
All right, the movie.
yeah, Mando.
We got a movie.
Mando makes his best pitch to Ryder, like, hey, I'm breaking you out of here. I'm taking you back to the huts. They're like, no, they want to kill me. And he lays on his sad story about he wants to be different than the rest of the crime family. He doesn't care about that. That he wants to be his own man, that they cheer for them in the ring. That's me. I've earned this. I've built myself up. So Mando goes like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to go just talk to the guy that owns your contract to see if I can just buy you out of it. So he goes and tracks down everybody's favorite, Lord Janu. And we get another little fight scene where Mando just kind of wipes the deck with all of Janu's various people in this kind of weird restaurant that also has like bird cages all over.
Salt bar. I would spend time in this salt bar.
That's right, yeah, because it's salts. I did like how Mando was just this whole time was like, this means nothing to me. And he goes, oh,
No, I
it's
don't.
really a valuable commodity on this planet. Like I could care less about this.
Yeah, salt. I don't care.
Yeah, yeah. The guy kept really pushing that salt too. He's like, hey man, just pick one. Pick one.
Yeah, pick whichever crystal you want. I don't care.
Yeah. I do like that Mando leaves that bar and he just drops the big hunk of salt in that guy's glass.
I was hoping that at some point someone would be like, "This salt is straight from crate,"
It's so salty.
So when he realizes that Janu tells him to fix his head, it's like I'm not even going to take your money because this last match that he has before his contract is up is definitely going to be his last match because I'm going to set up this bit where he's just going to keep fighting and fighting and fighting until he dies. That's it. So see you later. So Mando realizes like he's got to break him out, and this is where I felt like, all right, we have to start justifying reasons why Grogu's along with him. Oh, the only way Mando can get back in is we gotta have a little tiny little window that Grogu can get into and then open the door for him. Oh, how cute.
Even though this is the same place that Mando like very easily waltzed into.
Yes.
20 minutes earlier, not even 20, no, like 5 minutes earlier.
Yep.
So Mando goes back to Rada, says, I'm breaking you out. You're gonna die. Rada doesn't believe him. Calls for the guards. Mando gets gassed, wakes up, and finds out, hey, I'm gonna have to fight Rada the Hutt now. Hot damn. Hot damn. And so we get to see a little Rada the Hutt Mando fight. And James, I don't know, like as we talked about the Hutts, as great as it is seeing a really swole, ripped Hutt, they still don't make exciting fighters.
No, not at all. It was yep, so cute. The chat said that. No, for me again, it wasn't exciting. It's like fight scenes are interesting because even if it's two characters meeting for the first time, even if it's long time characters, there's something that you have to feel while you're watching a fight scene against two people, no matter what the setup is. And I think part of it for me is you have to be invested in one of them. or invested in the outcome. Yeah, I feel some sense of maybe danger. I don't know. I just didn't feel nothing. I mean, it was like it looked like it was a good, it was a fine fight scene. It was again competent. I just didn't feel something. In the chat, Transmission says Rhoda the Hutt was my favorite character. I did love his role. I loved his role move he did.
Oh, his little alligator roll, where that was his go-to move. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, yeah. I felt like, like I liked the crazy monsters we got later on, even though like it was very CGI.
Oh yeah,
in a movie where we got some like great puppet work later on with the Enzellans and baby and Grogu, whatever. But I felt like at least the fight just between Rada and Mando felt like a much lesser version of like a like in Marvel on where we got Thor and the Hulk fighting each other. Like that was a great fight scene in the pits against two important characters, and this just kind of felt like very like lackluster, kind of like why should I care about this?
No, that's true. I mean, basically, all this point, is like Ryder used to be called Stinky, and he's really jacked now. So, other than that, I really don't have really, I'm not that horribly invested in these two characters fighting.
Right.
And he can only just do his little alligator spin move. So,
and right, and Trav says what I was about to say. Trav was about to say the same thing because I didn't feel like Mando was in danger at any point. I mean, I felt the same way. I was like, they're gonna kill Mando in this fight. They probably won't kill him either. Like, the story's not over yet. The movie's not over yet. So it's like they're gonna survive. I didn't feel. I said I feel like I need to feel something when they're fighting. I need to feel some kind of danger or whatever. I should feel it.
Yeah. And speaking of that, I mean, I also just felt like it was staged. Like we were watching a very safe fight because even after Mando decides he's going to throw the fight, he's going to surrender so that way Rada is free now. Uh, yeah, good old Jean says like, nope, I'm putting you both in this final death match, and he brings out all the other creatures, who quickly it ends up the electric fence holding them in short circuit, so they can all escape. And when they start attacking all the fight watchers, like it's very tame. Like one guy gets, I think it like gets sucked in a centipede guy's mouth, but everybody else is just getting kind of just tossed.
Right.
Like these guys who look like they just wanted to like absolutely destroy Mando and Rada mere minutes ago are doing very PG type moves on all the audience members.
Yeah. I guess I could like get past that in a way because it's like, all right, if you're in the pit fighting and it's electrified, like, like is your only escape to kill everybody? And like once you're escaping, like once that fence has been rendered, useless, are you more interested in just escaping because you're essentially a slave that's been brought into the pits too? Whatever these creatures are, how they communicate, like this is my chance to escape. I'm just going to toss everybody out of my way and get out of here. You know what I mean? Like that's how I can kind of like justify it, where it's like these horrifying creatures that I thought were about to rip Mando and Rada's head off a second ago. Now they're like, oh, I can get out of here because also being held captive. Like, I don't know.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Yep.
Yeah, so we do get Rada gets out of there, and says, "Oh, hey, I'll find us a ride." And what he really does, he just finds a ride for himself and takes
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
It's like I gotta go. Sorry, guys. But we also get to see Grogu finds a little stroller that was just conveniently just left behind by a mom grabbing her kid. So Grogu just takes that, and for some reason, for just being a stroller, that they took the limiter off that stroller because that thing just takes off like a rocket.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that thing can move.
It's like all right, it's like being working at the golf course over the summer, and you just take the limiters off a golf cart so you can just go cruising around at top speeds on those things.
Hey.
But Zeb comes in, helps him stop this, and then we get him transported back. So again, another reason why we need a Razor Crest is that we can put him up in big mesh and hold on to him. But it's not getting off the planet's not easy. So we see John who's sending ships up to try to stop him. And then we just get sequences of Mando saying, just tear stuff out of this ship because I need every sort of restriction just gone
Yes.
from because I need to do all this really just I need to push this past its limits. So yeah, we get more Zeb work of him doing. Glad we had him there just to rip out a panel out on the
It
wall.
was it's very Star Wars. It was very Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Very, I always say very Star Warsy. It was very Star Wars.
Yeah. Not working,
Uh,
just bang on it or rip it or rip it off.
that's right. But before Rada makes his pitch to Mando, says like, "Hey, don't just take me to my aunt and uncle. They'll kill me. I know that Janu is like, oh, he's also the coin you're looking for because I saw a bunch of stormtroopers at his place when he brought me over for like a big celebration type thing, which is enough to convince Zeb and Mando to go check it out. And they do see stormtroopers, so now we get to see them storm Janu's fortress, which leads to what John, I'm sure, was excited about with a lot of Zeb bouncing around the walls, smacking people around, smacking stormtroopers around.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, I just felt like this almost felt like it could have been the end of the movie. Like I'm like, I almost wish Janu got away. And then like you still had the Hutts involved, but you still had this mysterious Imperial commander coin who turned out to be Lord Janu. And it was just I felt like this was the last time that we saw stormtroopers. This was the last time we really saw any mention of the Empire, right? And I'm just like, I don't know. I would have rather he got away. And then the end of the movie, the climax is that we take down this Imperial commander while also dealing with the Hutts and stuff like that. It just felt like this was very much like, all right, it seemed for a moment like this movie was going to involve a lot more of the like Imperial remnants that we've been fighting, even in the show itself, right? With Giancarlo Esposito's character and things like that, and you know, it felt like we've seen more stormtroopers and like Imperial presence in the show itself. I guess I would have thought that the movie might focus on that a little bit more, and it felt like the Imperial part of it was over within like 20 minutes, and then it was all just the Hutts after that, and I just didn't really care as much about that personally.
James, on the other hand, I know he cared about. He's like, get this Imperial stuff off the screen. Let's get back to those
Oh,
oily, sweaty Hutts.
The
I
sweaty
mean,
Hutts.
that's I've never thought of it that way, Frank. Thank you. Travis Mitchell says in the chat, we felt like it had three prologues, each their own climax. As a result, I felt exhausted by the halfway point. At least they felt exhausted. I don't know. I just, again, I'm with John on this one. Oops, sorry, my pillow fell. I'm with John on this one. It just was like, okay, we could end it there. We knew it was going to end there because they still have the twins and they still have other stuff going on. It was again. It's just like it was. They started wrapping things up. I mean, I don't know. Just it was like, okay, now we're done with the Imperial. Now we're going to this now. Like we still have this part that's still hanging out there that they had to get to, right, Frank? They had to get to it. I mean, it was kind of. I mean, that's the whole point, right? They were I mean, so I don't know. I just wasn't. I was kind of looking at my watch by then, my imaginary watch. Going, what time is it
Yeah.
over? By then,
And even if it's not Lord Janu or Commander Coin or whatever, like I would have been more interested. I mean, like the Nal Hutta, right when we got to the Hutts, the place was filled with like droids and bounty hunters. I would have loved to see stormtroopers there and walkers there. And then maybe Commander Coin wasn't really the big bad. Maybe there's another Imperial involved or something like that, you know? But like I just felt like I don't know. It just felt like it just felt like we had two different stories, like mixing together in a weird way, and like it kind of worked, but didn't really. I don't know. It was weird. The whole thing
It,
was weird.
I agree because it's like we set it up like this movie moves fast, where it's like we get
yes,
set up that like, hey, we got to find coin. That seems to be like the big thing. Like it's
Yeah, or
super important.
Ace of Spades or whatever, right? Like,
Yeah,
and
we
then
don't know what he
He's
looks like.
gone within. He's gone in less than like a half hour. Like
Yeah.
that's your Ace of Spades. It's your big bad. Mando took him out like that. It's over now.
yeah.
I thought, having Janu now would lead to more things, but it didn't. It just kind of wraps up
Yeah,
that whole portion.
never saw him again.
Yeah. And again, it reminds me of like, because we've seen with all the other Star Wars shows around this time, where it's just teasing that a lot of stuff's happening in the rebellion, whether it's Ahsoka or it's Mando or Book of Boba Fett, is that the Empire is trying to rebuild, kind of making their way towards the First Order, and the New Republic is just kind of not being as smart as they should be about this. Like a lot of stuff is happening and they're not really being aware of. And so I feel like the New Republic is being written to be way dumb. So I feel like that's segued into this too, where like Sigourney is like so mad. It's like, oh, we were trying to set this relation with the Hutt. You just can't just give us Janu for Boba for Mander to tell her the truth. It's like he's playing with you. The Hutts are playing with you. I just eliminated the middle guy and I just gave you Janu directly to only have this Ward at the end of the movie go, you were right. Shanu and the Hutts were both playing us. I'm like, yeah, that's how the Empire is able to be rebuilding right under your noses, guys, because you're dummies.
Yeah.
You're dummies about all this stuff.
Yeah. It felt like there was no payoff to the Janu stuff. It was like, all right, he was in the movie for 5 seconds, and we went to his little salt bar, and then then we had a weird little fight
Yeah.
in the pits, and then that was it. And now
Uh,
we're just dealing with these space slug orgy pits.
oh, not enough time spent in there. Um, so for all intents and purposes, I feel like, oh, the movie's just wrapped up. I'm just gonna head back home. Don't worry, Rada. I've got a gun runner that's gonna take you someplace, out of the system, so you can just lay low. And we get a little farewell to Rada. I guess that's it. We'll see you later.
Yeah, I have
Uh,
questions about this too.
yeah. Oh, what's your question?
Like what? So you this is supposedly like somebody that I guess that like Mando, like there's a gun runner that's supposed to be reliable. Like how does the ship even end up on Nalhada? Nalhada. I would have liked to see, like, did you get chased? Like, were you going to another planet? Like, how do you end up on the Hutt's planet? Like, were you compromised? Did Mando not know? Like, did the Hutts pay off this gun runner to bring Rada to you? But then that doesn't make sense either because the ship crashed, right? And the gun runner was killed. Like, how do you end up? If you're trying to take Rada somewhere safe, how does Rada end up with this gun runner on that planet shipwrecked?
I mean, I guess because we see somebody watching binoculars as that guy's leaving. So which way I assume is our boy, our bounty hunter, has been watching them. So he's reporting to the Hutts.
But so does he sneak onto the gunrunner's ship and take them there and then take them out? Or does he fly his own ship there? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel like Embo contacts the Hutts because they're probably getting him while Embo's getting the Mandalorian.
yeah. I'm just confused how the ship ends up there.
Yeah.
If that's not your destination, if you go into hyperspace planning to go somewhere else, how do you end up going to Nalhada and
Uh,
crashing there?
and it's also weird too, like if you say you tracked down in space this gunrunner ship and you were able to take it over,
Did you pull
why
him in
would
on a
you
tractor beam? Like, what did
uh
you do?
yeah, or if you decided to just commandeer the ship and kill the pilot, why would you crash it on Nalhada as opposed to just
Yeah.
landing it by the fortress and just bringing in Rada? Like,
Yeah. And,
so
and no matter what happened, I would have liked to have seen it,
yeah.
how it happened. I don't know.
Yeah, because it's true.
It's
Like when
just,
we see the reveal back in the Twins Palace, where you just got Rada just laying up on that bed, just being like shocked. It's like, oh, all right, that okay,
right. I
sure.
just don't know. Like, if that ship takes off from Navarro, right, where Mando lives, if it takes off from there, unless Embo's on that ship, I don't see how it ends up on that planet, crash landed.
No,
You
that
know what I'm
that
saying? Like,
yeah, no, that's true. Uh, yeah, and also like that gun runner was like not great. You think if you're running guns, you should be pretty lethal yourself.
yeah,
Uh, so, but there's just
no security measures whatsoever.
no, I thought there was going to be more than just that droid pilot. Like I thought that maybe that droid that was flying that ship was just the droid, and the real gun runner was going to be somebody more intimidating. But nope, it was just that one lone droid. That was it. So
Yeah,
see you later. Like, okay,
but that was a
well,
little odd to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's convenient to continue the story. That's how they end up getting into the fortress later. But like, it, I still have questions about like how did they even end up up there in the first place? If the route was Navarro to some other remote planet to hide Rada, how did they get to Nalhutta? like, like
Yeah, and then it's like, did they so they drop off Rada in that gunrunner ship, and then they decide to just crash it? And it was to crash it to try to hide it from anybody else that was ever going to come looking for it. But
right.
like, there's still a bunch of guns and stuff still on there. So like, why did they also take the guns? Because I mean, if you're a gun runner, why not have take the guys' weapons and sell them also for either keep them for yourself or sell them off?
Right. Add them to your own
Yeah.
armory, right?
I don't know. You're right. It is confusing to that story point. Let alone the guy that is just hanging out on his dock in his little riverside cabin that Grogu gets to hang out with for a little bit later. Like, he's just cold kicking it on Nalhutta. Yeah. Like, okay.
Yeah, I would have liked to have gotten like more of like a story about this guy too. Like, is he like a Jedi that's hiding out or something like that? You know what I mean? And like forms a connection with Grogu somehow. Like he just kind of like shows up, and again, it feels convenient. He happens to know the ingredients to the antidote to save Mando, and it's like I don't know. I almost would have liked to get more about. Do we even know what his name is?
I don't
This guy,
think so.
right?
I mean, because it's tough because like Grogu can't really have any conversation with anybody. So it's tough for this guy. He's asking and answering everything for Grogu.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I didn't think it was a bad character. This like it seemed like a fisherman or something like that, right? Like I didn't think it was a bad character. I just felt like it's just kind of a placeholder. It's like we have to continue the story, so Grogu finds this random person living in the swamp or whatever, like
Yeah, it's weird because it's like that's like the only other character we see other than the droids and the twins.
yeah,
Like that's it. There's so it's like it seemed weirder to me that there were any other life forms on Nalhutta. So to see this fisherman dude just cold kicking it, I'm like, how's he here and why isn't anybody got rid of him?
yeah,
You would have
yeah,
thought I would have thought the droids would have, or it would have like kicked him off the planet or got rid of him. Like,
yeah.
what's the point? Like, how's he able to?
But like there were certain things that like didn't really make 100% sense to me, and then there were other things that intrigued me that I felt like we didn't really get real explanation of. Like I don't know. It would have been cool to me if this was like, oh, like you snuck up and stole my fish. Like you do you have the Force? I have the Force. I'm a Jedi. Like I would have loved to like,
Yeah.
like I don't know.
Uh, for you, because this we see after Rada takes off, it's it's Mando deciding he needs to call in some help to kind of overhaul the ship. So that's when he calls in the Anzellans to do their thing, which is cool. Nice. We haven't seen them since Rise of Skywalker. Have we seen them elsewhere?
I honestly I don't even know. I don't even know which movies they appeared in the sequel trilogy. I just know we saw them in the sequel trilogy.
Yeah. Um, so cool to see them do their thing. And then Nightfall comes. Well, yeah, we get it. Like Baby Yoda who just wants to just like harass anything that's tiny. Like,
Yeah.
all right. And she's like,
Honestly, if this story had been a TV like season, I would have loved a whole episode of just the Anzellans and Grogu, like in the forest, just these little puppets in the forest, and I would have fucking loved it.
which I feel like we came close to getting like an episode of that within this movie
Yeah,
because it seemed to run almost. It felt like that long watch.
yeah.
But then night comes, and here comes your boy Embo, and he's ready to take in Mando. John, how did you like seeing? What did you think of Embo?
It was cool. I mean, Embo's a familiar character, right, from the Clone Wars and stuff. So it's cool to see like some of this stuff go from animation to live action. Um, but I don't know. It feels like is that just more fan service? It's like I feel like we saw so few, like I mentioned before, we saw so few like actual faces, like people. It was. I wouldn't have minded if this was just like a random bounty hunter that was just another human that we could just kind of get some more dialogue. Like, it felt like just another like, all right, we're gonna throw this character in because people know who this is, and like we think they'll get excited about it for that, you know. But I didn't need it to be Embo. Like I found it intriguing just because I know that character from other Star Wars projects. But like, there's a part of me that felt like this was like unnecessary in a way. Just kind of trying to cram more stuff into a movie that's already being, kind of bunched together. I don't know.
I don't know. It's tough like with characters like that because it's like if you're taking a character that's already been established elsewhere and bringing him in, it makes me feel like okay, you're most likely not going to kill him because I think you're going to want to keep this character around. If he was cool enough for you to bring into this movie, you're probably going to keep him around to do other stuff. So I don't know. It felt kind of like you wanted. Was there ever going to be a resolution between Embo and Mando, which we never got? I mean, they just kind of do their respective things, and then they each end up going their own direction by the end of the movie. It's like Bane getting killed in a Book of Boba Fett, which totally surprised me.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
The Anzellans appear in season 3 to help repair the IG-11.
Ah, there you
Look at
go.
that. There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah, well, I knew you were an Anzellan nut, James. I knew that about you.
Uh,
That's something different. Um,
Uh,
but yeah, so that's I don't know. I just for me that all that I was like, you guys thought more than I did about that stuff. I was just there watching at this point, going, okay, when is the movie ending?
uh, yeah, I mean, we see Mando get caught. He gets taken away, as does one of the Anzellans in Embo's dog's mouth. Uh,
yeah,
so they head off. And I mean, I did the one part I did like was Grogu going with the Anzellans into their ship, and just the scale of their ship was great, which does lead to that great thing when they do break Mando out. And they're like, "All right, we're getting to your ship," and it's it's just this little tiny guy. He's like, I can't get in there. I can't.
Right, right.
That I did enjoy. It's like, yeah, no, you're still stuck here on this planet, Mando.
yeah, that was fun. I also think that the like prep like montage before that with Grogu like strapping his armor on and then like grabbing the explosives and sticking it like in his little pouch. I enjoyed that too. I gotta be honest. It's like this is the first time we've really seen him like on his own like this. You know what I mean? Like, and I think we talked about like sort of his like evolution and like development and like not that we really got a lot of that here, but it was funny to like just see him be like, all right, dad's in trouble. I got to step up here. So I'm going to strap on my armor. I'm going to get my gear. I'm going to go with these Anzellans who hate me because I constantly harass them. And we're going to go save dad. Like,
I would have been if this movie had given me like Grogu's first word, whether it had been like father or help or whatever it would have been. Like I would have like, all right, great. We got just a little smidgen, the bare smidgen of evolution of this character. Then I think I would have been more happy with Grogu's presence.
yeah. What do you think his voice is going to sound like, though?
I want it to be really like Barry White deep.
Right? Because all of like the sounds he makes, it just sounds very much like a baby, like cooing. You know what I mean? And like what's he going to sound like? And what's he going to say? Like, I would love if he just was like, the way this is.
That's true. Yeah. Like, do they all speak like that, or is that just something that they learned as they're
Yeah.
growing up? That's their way of speaking language.
Yeah. I don't
Uh,
know.
well, we'll know in about 50, 60, 70 years.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Just gotta wait a few centuries.
Yeah, we'll find out. That'll be great. Yeah, one of this really long-lived race. When do you get just interesting? Uh,
It's like pointing at a baby on the ground. Do something.
yeah.
Like,
It's just like I like the idea of Mando being out of it, and it is up to Grogu to save the day. So we kind of see what has he really learned. Because what I did not like doing is going back to the well as they're trying to escape Janu's palace with the stormtroopers chasing them, and Mando's communicating to Grogu on the ship to start the engines. It's just another familiar bit where it's like, oh hey, this will be funny. Grogu doesn't know which buttons are which. and we get missiles fired off. Like, ugh, okay. Like, we've already been there. Like, let me just see like Grogu starting to show like signs of anything that's going to show me like, oh yeah, he's evolved past this, and we're getting just a little bit better of him getting more competent. But no. So I was hoping when he finally does man up, so to speak, and say like, I'm going to go get my dad back. I really wanted like just something to pay off by the end of that movie.
Yeah.
And, I will ask both of you, did you like, I felt there was, I mean, we get Mando does this speech, it's like, the old raise the young, and then the young, protect the old, or the old protect the young, and then the young protect the old. This is the way. Like that's as much as like Mando like does about this. Like I felt like his lack, like I know he cares about Grogu, but I felt like I wanted something a little bit more out of that than him just to throw out just like a Mandalorian, proverb.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I don't know. I feel like this whole Mando thing doesn't know what to do anymore. Like I feel like I feel like they're starting to set up for like Din Djarin's death. Like I think so they have to sort of like throw these little things in, but like they haven't really figured out how to actually do it yet. I don't know. It's a weird phase for this sort of story, I think, and these characters. Um,
Well, because I would assume if they killed him off, he's they've got to set up Grogu with somebody else. Because I assume he's too young to be by himself. So like the options are you go back to Luke
yeah, well,
or
well, there was a part of me that was wondering, like I think we talked about before, and James mentioned, like, were we gonna see Boba Fett in this? Because I could see like Din Djarin dying and Boba Fett being like, I'll take the kid, you know? And like there was a part of me that was like, maybe Boba Fett will show up, Din Djarin will actually die in this, and then that's how the story continues. Is that now Grogu is with Boba?
I was talking to some people from work today about this movie just a little bit, and then just lamenting about some of the other properties like Book of Boba Fett, and people are just like, man, not really, just like he's just so fast. Like that's what Boba Fett is now. Oh, he's been like crawling through the desert for
Boba Fett.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. That's a good one.
Uh, so yes, the Mando gets delivered to the huts. They explain to him that they screwed him over. They show him that Rod is being tortured, which didn't really look like torture to me. It just looked like he was just unconscious. I mean, we've
Yeah, he
seen
was
electrical shocks, but he
just
didn't
taking
look
a
like he
nap.
was in agony. But they were trying to make it seem like he was supposed to be in agony. He just looked like he was unconscious, just laying there. Like I didn't see anything. Like he wasn't screaming. He wasn't doing anything.
Maybe it just makes you have like bad dreams for a really long time.
I guess. Uh, but then they take his helmet, which yeah, we've already talked about, really didn't go anywhere. And then they drop him into this big pit, where we get to see, we know it's Pedro doing all this now. And he gets to fight, a few water creatures and then a giant, big, poisonous snake.
Yeah, what were
Uh,
these things? The Amani, like this, not the snake, obviously.
oh,
Was that what they were called? The Amani, right?
I think so. I mean, it was a cool.
These were creepy looking. Like
They
these were
were.
scary.
Yeah. I enjoyed seeing those. I thought those were cool to see.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
the dragon snake, all right. I mean, it's fine.
yeah.
Uh, and it ends up like yeah, biting or at least partially like biting Mando. So he gets poisoned. And I was like, even if you survive, the poison's gonna kill you. But Grogu and gets him out. As we said, they run to the ship, realize like, oh, he can't he can't fit in its own ship. So he's got to run off and go on his own. I assume neither of you were surprised that Grogu stuck around.
Not at all. There's no way that little kid's gonna leave his dad.
No,
Come on. Come on.
They're father and son. You're right.
Yeah.
James, I know that John and I already talked about how much we're crushing on that fisherman character. Did you enjoy him?
No.
Ah, all right.
I mean, in all seriousness, by this point in the movie, I really was kind of going, okay, how's this going to end? I was like, it wasn't exciting to me. I was kind of like, okay, we're kind of going through the motions, and I was kind of like, okay, let's see how this. I was supposed to see how does this wrap up? How are we going to lead to being wrapped up?
I wanted it. Yeah, I wanted it to be a Jedi, the fisherman. I wanted, like that's what I wanted.
I mean, he questions the fisherman and everything, but like nothing really comes out of it. I mean, like nothing. I mean, still like okay.
Yeah, he's just there.
Yeah.
I mean, he was convenient. Like as
Right.
John said, he's just convenient to be able to give
Yeah.
Grogu the medicine he needs to heal Mando up.
Also, like, what kind of poison is this? Because that's like a giant venomous snake. And then Mando seemed to just kind of like survive for days after this bite. Like,
I am guessing maybe that Grogu's force healing of the wound helped a bit.
yeah.
Maybe. But it couldn't get rid of the poison, so they did need the antidote.
Right, because I felt like, all right, you healed the wound, but the poison is still going through his blood system, right? So I'm like, like a giant, scary, venomous snake like this and a bite, it's poisoned you. And I get maybe the force healing helped a little bit, but it's like, if that's still in your bloodstream, how are you still alive days later before you get this antidote?
Yeah, because you feel like if that snake was out in the wild, they do that to be able to wound their prey so they can eat it. So they're not like spending days tracking down that prey to eat it after
Right.
they've been bitten. I feel like you're right. It should be more fast acting than that.
Right. I don't know. Like, there was a part of me that hoped that, like, the first time Grogu went to steal the fish, the guy would have noticed him and, like, given him the antidote then. Not like Grogu comes back however many days, because he ate that fish in multiple days. We saw it
Yeah.
in the movie. Like, it wasn't like he ate one day and came back the next day. It took him a couple days to eat that thing. So Mando's just been sleeping with his feet out, sticking out of this hut while people are hunting him down. And I don't know. It was funny. It was funny though, just to watch Grogu like cover up his feet with the branches and stuff. Like that's probably why we got all that. Because like it's funny to see little Grogu with his little arms build this big mud hut and then cover up his dad's feet with the branches. Like, but it's like, what are we going for here? Just like funny and cute, or like an actual story? Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Like for me, like I would have been fine with seeing the amount of screen time we did of Grogu doing all this stuff to protect Mando if it had paid off in some way by Grogu saying his first word or something like that by the
yeah,
end of the movie.
I
But
agree.
like to spend all this time and then it's just like, I don't know, he's still just the same kind of Grogu that he's always been. Like, so Grogu essentially remains unchanged. I guess he's a little bit more capable now.
yeah,
And Mando is teaching him more about flying. I mean, he let him press the hyperspace button this time at the end of the movie. So maybe he's going to teach him more. I don't know. Ugh. Uh, so yeah, they finally get around her ship. They do another little fight with those creepy lizard dudes.
Like lizard dudes.
And then they get a call from Sigourney Weaver saying, "Hey, the Gonzalez came and told us where you're at, and you were right. Everybody's crossing it. We were getting double crossed. We're here to help you." And Mantis says, "Just fire everything you got at my direction. Don't worry, I'll be safe." And then we just get a fight. It's Mando against Embo. It's again Grogu briefly against Embo's dog, and then we've got the Hut twins finding Rada, and they fall into the hole. I mean, I guess Grogu was able. Another reason Grogu had to be there so he could force levitate Rada up so he doesn't fall into the water and get eaten by a snake.
yeah.
The whole reason.
And he connected with the dog. I like the whole. It reminds me of Ezra Bridger in Rebels, connecting with like the animals and stuff like that. So I like little things like that. But it's like, it wasn't really necessary.
Right. I mean, okay. Dr. Doolittle. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, they blow up the bunker, everybody gets out just in time. And they head back, and now Rada's going to be hanging out with the rebellion while Mando and Grogu just go back home. And that's it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just kind of was like by the end of it, I was just kind of like, all right.
Yeah. That's how I felt. Like,
Yeah. And like I guess it makes sense that he didn't die in this, but I feel like we're being set up for Mando dying very soon. Because it felt like at times he was just so ready to do it, right? When he got poisoned, by the giant snake, he said, "All right, you guys get out of here. I'm going to hold them off." He knew he would die if they all left, and then telling the resistance or whatever, right? Commander Ward, fire all your firepower on my location. It's like you're suicidal.
Yeah.
It's all right. I feel like they know that they're not going to be able to get Pedro Pascal to commit to these, projects going forward. So like we have to start setting this up for Mando's eventual demise. And like that's what it feels like to me. Like it's weird. It's like I feel like we know the character is dead before he actually dies, in a way.
It is weird to come out of this and not like if they announce like, hey, there'll be another movie, then fine. I guess like in 2 or 3 years, I'd see it when it comes out in theaters. If they also said like, oh, we're gonna go back into streaming and do another season of Mandalorian, fine, I'd watch that one. That would show up on Disney Plus in a few years. So, but I mean, it feels like I'm doing it because it's like, oh, I enjoy Star Wars and the universe and seeing these characters, and not like out of just general like I can't wait to see what happens with these characters next. Are either of you excited about whatever the future may be, or you're just like, no, whatever it happens in streaming or theater, doesn't matter. I enjoy the universe, and I'll see whatever is made available to us whenever it is.
I'm that way, Frank. Actually, with this series, to me, the first two seasons were excellent.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I mean, it's that this is now. I'm watching as we say in poker. I'm pot committed. I put all the money in. I'm playing all these hands. I got to see
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that sunken fallacy thing happened with you.
it. Yeah.
James has spent too much. He spent too much on those Burger King meals to quit
I
now.
did. I spent over $60 on this fucking Burger King shit. I got all these and everything. I got the figurine. I got everything. The scam. It's a scam.
Yeah.
But no. But I just for me, like I'm interested with Ahsoka coming back because we have because what's his name dies. You have a new guy playing him. I'm curious how that's going to go. Starfighter. I'm curious. I don't know if I'm excited. I'm curious about that one. Any new trilogy? I mean, I'm curious. At this point, I'm a Star Wars fan. I will support all the stuff, but I'm not excited anymore. And
Mm.
probably also because we do the shows. That's another. I'll be totally transparent. That's another motivation. I'm like, well, we do the shows, and this Mandalorian episode was a big hit for us on this network, and so I do the show here. I'd be doing it for that. At the very least, I'd be doing it for us to get together and do this, and for the fans to hear. But in terms of excitement, Andor was the last thing I was excited about. I mean, that was the last thing. Season 2
Yeah.
was the last thing I was excited about. Like truly excited about. And I did. Folks, there were parts of Skeleton Crew I liked and parts of Acolyte I liked. There were parts of those I did like those, but they had their own flaws also. But if they said we're gonna do a second season of each of those, I might be a little excited to see what they do with those. Excited, but these I'm just like, again, it's a competent film. It did it. It did what it was supposed to do, I guess. John, take it away.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I still say that sitting there in the theater watching this, I had a lot of fun. I did. There were moments that I thought were really great. Um, and it's something that now I can't even believe the fact that this show has been around since like 2019. Like,
Yeah.
a long time. And but I feel like in a way it's not even necessarily the fault or not all the fault of the creators, right? There are other circumstances that took place, like a pandemic and COVID and a writer's strike and all this kind of stuff, right? That kind of like took it off course. But at the end of the day, like you still had a job in like making this thing land. And I feel like the show in certain ways has been sort of ruined by certain decisions. Whether it's like we can't keep Mando and Grogu separated for too long, or we can't do this, or we can't like you shouldn't have introduced Luke Skywalker if you didn't want them to be separated for too long. Like you know what I mean? Like there's certain things, and I'm like, where do we go from here? Because it feels like they're getting ready to phase Mando out. But like you can't phase Grogu out at this point. Like Grogu has to be involved. He has to continue like being in this franchise. Like, but I feel like we've kind of run our course with Mando. And in a way, like it's weird because I don't think that Mando is gonna die in his own show or movie. Like like the way we saw Mando and Grogu reunite in a totally different show, The Book of Boba Fett. It almost feels like somehow Mando is gonna die in like the next season of Ahsoka. And that's just weird. It's like the show has sort of like this show that had all this hype and momentum and kind of like brought Star Wars back to life has now like kind of been ruined in a way. And it's like it's not that I didn't have fun with this movie. It's just I don't know how we got here after the way that The Mandalorian started. Like it's just this has been a really weird journey. And like I said earlier, the fact that like you have to watch the first two seasons of Mando and then watch these two episodes of the Book of Boba Fett and then watch this season of Mando and then watch this movie and we still don't know where it's going to go from here. I'm like, this is not how this should be. So I don't know where we go from here. And I'm going to watch it no matter how it goes. But I don't feel the same way about it that I did when this show first came out in 2019 or whatever. You know, like I just it doesn't have the same feeling anymore. And like that's a little sad to me. Um I still love it because it's Star Wars and I just love Star Wars, but like I don't know. I didn't think that this is where we would be at this point, you know, in the story after the way it started. That's all.
My last live show I did in person after Buzz TV was the Mandalorian Aftershow. With Ryan Nielsen and Steph Sabra. I was wearing a cape and everything. I was the Sith Daddy on that show too. And that was the last show I did live. And then they shut everything down. It was funny. It was that like Thursday night we did it. So you're right, that was 2019, 2020. That was 2020.
Yeah.
That was it. And I was like, then we had it, and then they shut down, and then I took over and said, let's do it. But it was kind of funny. I'm like, you're right. This show's been around for a long time, and I think the planning, its heyday was a while back.
Yeah.
So putting out this movie is not doing any favors. It would this movie if it was a different plot, like you said, to kind of wrap everything up and say this is it. The movie's the last thing we're doing of it for now. We're gonna put it to bed. Might have been a better movie. Who knows? Might have been a better movie. I mean, I don't know. Maybe if we're wrapping it up and maybe he dies or whatever. It's like if they say, okay, now we're going to self-contain this, wrap it all up. So you watch these seasons and this movie's the ending of it. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I would have been fine if they would have, in a world where production could have happened, that Ahsoka season 2 happened first. But I know they had their issues with like Ray Stevenson passing, and who knows, writer strikes and other production schedules. I don't know how that affected everything. But if that could happen, and then because it felt like they're building Thrawn up to be a bigger threat, and I would love to you launch from season 2 wherever he's at by the end of it, goes into a film and it's Ahsoka and it's Mando and it's Grogu and it's Thrawn, it's Ezra, Sabine, it's all these characters trying to stop Thrawn. Some sort of abridged version of the Heir to the Empire trilogy. Then that might have been like that could be something. And if Mando dies in that, I mean that's a pretty huge epic moment there.
I would have been down for that completely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
But also I feel like if you do that, you gotta have Luke come back in. Because it's like, how can you not have Luke Skywalker show up if Thrawn and these like huge fleet of ships are coming back in, and trying to, stop the rebellion or the New Republic. But
Yeah.
it could have been cool. That would have been like
That would
I
be
feel like
God, Frank. We didn't get that.
Nope, we didn't get that. So now you're right. I just don't know what the future holds for any like Mandalorian Grogu. I don't know, but where we'll see them next.
I want to say for the folks like my sister and them who just like Star Wars films, I know for a lot of people they enjoyed it, and so if you did good, it's entertainment. It's fine. I know a lot of folks who just like it. They go in, they don't dissect like we do. I've talked to a few of those people, and they're all idiots. No, I just go, okay. I mean, they think they went in, they enjoyed themselves for 2 hours and 25 minutes. And again, we need that. I mean, we need that in this world today. So if you went and saw it, and you saw it several times, and it took you outside of a world today, kudos to them. Then the movie did its basic job. It did a basic job. We're more into the whole Star Wars universe. So I'll make sure we all know that we're just kind of giving you what we as we break it down in that world. But I give props to the folks who went. I have people I know who just went. They loved it. They saw it. They loved it for what it was.
I would have loved nothing more than to have gone to this movie and been blown away
Yeah.
by uh whatever they decided to tell me. It was just this story just did not particularly excite me.
Nope.
But
Yeah.
I want to be excited by a Star Wars story. I would love to. Surprise me. Show me something that I haven't seen before. I mean, Andor.
I want a Star Wars gasm. That's what I want.
Yes,
Star Wars
yes.
gasm.
A Star Wars hutgasm.
A gasm. I want a gasm. I want
You know what? Yeah, no, I agree, and like, I'm with those people because I did enjoy it for what it was,
Yeah,
but like, as an overall Star Wars fan, I don't see what this kind of does for the overall
yeah.
Star Wars saga as we know it. This space opera like that has so many levels and layers to it, and intriguing characters and stories. Like, it was fun. Like, you got a lot of action. You saw Grogu again and Mando back together. You saw the huts. You saw this. You saw that. Like, you saw things that are involved in Star Wars. But like, what does this do to further the story? Like, where do we go from here? And I just don't have an answer to that. Like, so
I'm hoping Dave Filoni does.
yeah,
And
I hope so.
I hope it's a good one. Yeah, I mean, I assume that he and John Favreau have. I mean, they must know how some fans love Grogu, some fans frustrated by Grogu. I mean, I assume they have some plan, ideally, in where they would want to take Grogu,
Yeah.
if given all the runway they would ever want to be able to explore.
Well, they're lucky that that species lives for like 900 years because they can literally jump 500 years in the future and create a whole new trilogy and story. Without Mando, without anybody else, they can build a whole new story and trilogy now, or multiple trilogies around Grogu because that species lives so long. So that's like the one positive thing that they have to take from all this is that they have hundreds of years to work with this character.
Now, John, I want to just check with you. So, say in a world, Dave Filoni is like, you know what, we're jumping 500 years. We're gonna get, we want peak Grogu in this next story. How do you want your Grogu? Do you want him much like Rada, just really swole and buff, and just like a little tiny little figure? Like it's just like he's like baby Hercules, just like super, just jacked with this
I
Mando.
don't I don't need him to be jacked.
No,
I do want to see him in some Mando armor with a lightsaber though. Doesn't have to be jacked.
I don't want to see him just very skinny like Yoda.
Yeah.
I feel
Well,
like
I don't know like how does that work? I don't know like
their
does he have to
physiology.
get in the gym and start lifting weights like does he have a limit on how tall he can be? Like, I don't
Yeah, I bet you Mando would get him lifting. We got to make some gains. You can't always rely on the Force.
I want to see Grogu doing some squats in the gym.
Yeah, he's just lifting those plates. He's chugging down enormous amounts of egg yolks. Oh,
What would you do if you saw a movie and Grogu was like injecting PEDs?
I would be disappointed because come on, Grogu, you got to do it the natural way. Don't be taking shortcuts. That makes me think you're going right to the Sith. You're going to the dark side, baby, if you're going to be taking PEDs.
He's got to boost those midichlorians, you know?
I just want him like in like just like a Speedo and really like skin tight outfit that's just showing all the rippling muscles.
You think he can get like a six pack?
Oh, for sure. And then there's got to be like some scene where they're on like some planet and they're stranded there for a little bit, and they, he goes to a waterfall and he takes off his shirt, and the rest of the party's with him going like,
Like
"What?"
at his peak, what do you think Yoda looked like under that robe?
Uh, I mean, Yoda. I'm sure he had. Yeah, he wasn't as cut as Baby Grogu would be. He was just
Okay,
fine. He was
okay,
fine. He didn't have like a dad bod, but he wasn't shredded.
right, right. Because Grogu's been out here like there's not really many other Jedi. Like he's out here living hard. Like Yoda grew up like there were thousands of Jedi. Like he had it easy, Yoda.
You know. Yeah, I just wanted just a really yoked up baby Grogu, man. Just give it to me.
All right, I'm here for it. I'm here. Tatted up too.
Oh, he's got to have like a picture, like just a tattoo of like Mando's helmet, like on his
Yeah,
arm or something.
and the
Like
mud
in a heart.
horn, and the mud
Yeah.
horn. Like,
Yeah, maybe just across his back is like this is the way. And we just see him doing dips, just really
yeah,
ripped.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. She has affliction tattooed across his chest.
Yeah, I mean, who knows when Ed Hardy stuff really came into prominence? It could have been in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I'm here for the lore.
End the show. I'm dead.
Can I show you guys? So I got back into my Lego hobby. I got
Oh,
two new Star Wars Lego sets. One is Obi-Wan Kenobi's Starfighter from the prequels,
That's nice.
love it.
right? Opens up here. It's got his lightsaber on the bottom too. Got
Oh,
this little
nice.
guy here. So right, this is a really nice little set here. And then I had to go for this. I want to get lights for these too, actually, to like illuminate them. I used to play with Legos all the time when I was a kid, and randomly in the last couple of months, I had like the urge to get back into it. So I also got the Star Wars logo,
Ooh,
Oh,
that's
wow.
cool.
That's
Right?
That is really cool.
This was like 700 pieces, this one.
Wow.
I had so much fun putting this together. And then the Obi-Wan Kenobi Starfighter one was like 250 pieces, I think, something like that. And it's got R4 here on the side. And
Nice.
yeah, so I'm trying to build up my my Star Wars Lego collection again. So there you go.
That's cool. I mean, I keep seeing all those various helmets out that you can build.
I know I wanted to get the Mando helmet. I just, these Lego sets are so freaking expensive right now.
That's
It's
true.
crazy.
That Star Wars logo is
Just
cool, though.
this,
That would
yeah,
be
the
fun to
Star
do.
Wars logo. This one cost me like $70. This thing.
Wow. That would be fun to build though. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, it was great. Oh, and have you guys built these at all? Because they include Easter eggs sometimes,
Oh, really?
right? So if I pick this piece up right here on top of the T, right, take that off, and then you flip it over. If you look at that, that's the like the Star Destroyer chasing Princess Leia
Oh,
at the start
nice.
of the
All right.
original trilogy, and then
Oh,
you
that's
just cover
cool.
you just cover it up. It's like fun little stuff like that.
Oh,
This is
that's
like a
very
nice
cool.
size too, right? It's like 700 pieces, like I said. So
Yeah.
it was a lot of money, but some of these sets too, because you guys know I love Lord of the Rings also, and they just released a Lord of the Rings Lego set for Minas Tirith, one of the city of men in Lord of the Rings. That thing costs like $650 or something like that. Like it shouldn't cost this much money to have a hobby, but I was trying to look for some more affordable like Star Wars ones. I was excited to show you guys these. So I got
Uh,
my Star Wars logo set, and it almost looks when you look at it, like the way the pieces fit together, it almost looks like the outside of like the like the
Yeah.
Death Star or something like
nice.
that, or like, and then yeah, this one fun too. This Obi-Wan Kenobi little
Nice.
starfighter.
I assume you're putting it on your Christmas list that for Santa to bring you that Lord of the Rings set.
I'm gonna ask for a gift card that will maybe get me like $50 towards it because I don't expect anyone to shell out $650 for that Lego set for me. So
Well, I mean, if you want to, put together a GoFundMe.
yeah, I'll start a GoFundMe. Buy John Legos.
I'm going to show just because we're on here. I have all 4 cups.
Nice.
Nice. There you go.
All 4 of them.
Excellent.
I did.
Excellent.
It cost me a lot of money to get these goddamn things, but I got them. I got them.
Collectibles.
John, did you get the Burger King meal at all, or no?
I didn't. I didn't.
That's not the way, John.
I know. The way this is not.
Yes. But they were. If you watch my show, Darth Vader's Your Father, I told the whole scam of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Burger King has different pricing.
Yeah, that stinks. I was as one of the people on the high end of that pricing.
Oh, me too, Frank.
That's a boo. That's a boo to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this episode of the Mandalorian and Grogu film Aftershow. Holy cow, it's been great assembling this team together again. It's been a while since we had another Star Wars property to talk about. John Dupfy, real quick before we say a final goodbye, do you have a quick thought about Darth Maul Shadow Lord?
I loved it. I really need to rewatch it because I feel like I watched it so quickly. I binged it when it came out. But some of these animated shows, man, like they are so well done. Like the animation looks so good. I need to go back and rewatch it again because I love Darth Maul. And I thought this was really well done. But I need to give it another rewatch. I just love it. The fact that like the first movie that I ever saw Darth Maul in, what was that, 1999 when The Phantom Menace came out, right? I was 10 years old. And now I'm still getting new Darth Maul stories when I'm 36 years old. And I watched that guy get cut in half when I was 10.
Crazy to me that they kept Jar Jar around for 3 films. And George's like, you know what? No, let's get rid of this really cool looking dude immediately.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of him.
Yeah.
But I like that other people were like, no, George. He's too cool. We'll give him robot legs. We'll give him spider legs. It's fine.
Yeah. The story of Darth Maul is incredible. And I loved this series. I thought it was beautiful. The story was great. And I need to rewatch it though before I can really like give more of an opinion on it. So if you guys wanted to talk about that at some point too, I'd be down.
Yeah, my brother-in-law and I, we saw the first episode. We got to watch it again. We got to watch the whole thing. So if I do watch the whole thing, I'll contact you guys and let you know.
Yeah, even we don't even have to do like a episode by episode breakdown. If you guys just wanted to do an overall assessment of the show, it's a quick watch too. It's not like what was it 8 episodes, 30 minutes
10.
each, something like that. Like if you guys wanted to get together just to talk about that briefly, I'd love that.
Yeah, and a season 2 is coming. So
yes, it's definitely coming.
that's right. Thank you, John.
I want to gas him, but I was like, I expect that just now. Okay.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. We will figure out another way to get together soon to talk about some Star Wars content. Follow JLJ Media on all the socials. James is incredible at making sure that you all know when anything is happening on JLJ Media, whether it's us or the wide variety of other great shows that he's got on there for all your entertainment needs.
And Frank and I, now in June, Tuesday nights, the fans are excited, Frank. Tuesday nights, General Hospital Mini Spotlight will be Tuesday nights at 7, talking about what happens in Port Charles and all through June. So you'll get us at nighttime.
That means we can swear.
You swear.
General Hospital After Dark.
That's right.
I'll bring my smoking jacket. We're gonna work it
out. John Dupfy, if everybody wants to stay in touch with anything you're doing, even after we get done here talking tonight, where can they find you?
Find me at JDunn89 on Instagram. TikTok, you can find me at I am Dunphy. And that's where I'm at, you know.
And you're putting in your YouTube channel is launching soon about you putting together Legos.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I got a lot of work to I got a lot of money to save before I
There
can
you
do that. So
All right. All right. James Lott Jr. It's going to be hard pressed, I think, for anybody to try to find you. But if they were going to just endeavor, is there a way to even find out what you're up to on social media?
We're all James Lott Jr. is sold at James Lott Jr. on all social media platforms, everywhere. I'm at James Lott Jr. or JLJ Media. You cannot not find me.
and
Like
can you give us your address so that we can camp outside your house?
my garden, I have big bushes, John. Now, big.
Big bushes, huh?
Oh yeah. That's one. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'll get you privately if you want to drop by in Los Angeles.
Ooh,
Perfect.
all right.
Perfect.
Okay. And Frank, where can they find you?
You can follow me on all social media at Happy Go Jackie and check out on your favorite on YouTube or anything else. The X-Men 97 season 2 trailer dropped
Oh,
yesterday. So get ready.
Ooh,
okay.
Season 2 starts July 1st.
nice. Okay. Awesome.
Yes. Get ready. First 3 episodes that on July 1st, and then once a week after that until season 2's over.
That same thing, the 3 episodes in one. I mean, the first, I'm like, it's just so crazy. Okay.
It's too many. It's too
It's
many.
the new model. It's the new model, though.
It's too much, but that's great. Congratulations.
Yeah. It's so happy to finally have a trailer out there and an actual air date. So
Nice.
this is great. So
Congratulations, too.
Congratulations.
I mean, it was all due to me, guys. It was all me.
Yes, it was true.
I wrote it. I drew it. I colored it.
You made love to it.
I taped. Yep. I taped it together. It's my baby. Yeah, it's my baby. No, a lot of great people pour their heart and soul into the show. So check it out July 1st and see, the fruits of their labors.
I'm so glad we did
That's
this.
good job.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for the Mandalorian and Grogu After Show. We've loved being together. We hope you enjoyed it almost as much as we've enjoyed being together here. But until we see you next time, peace and long life. This is the way. Remember the young take care of the old, after the old take care of the young. I guess that's
That's
it.
right. Stop recording. Like that. Hey. Hi, everybody. We're still live. Everybody, of course.
Oh, take it off.